This is 2020 Lyman High School football, live on mylocalradio.com. The Young Eagles brought a playoff game to Lyman in 2019. Now, follow along live as that same team is back and knocking on the door of another playoff berth. Lyman football on My Local Radio is brought to you by T-Bar-S Body Shop, Evanston Regional Hospital, Plains Tire, Auto Farm Chevrolet, Hoover Chiropractic, Freeway Tire, Westar Printing, Rocky Mountain Sign, the Come On In Casper, Black's Fork Dental, and by Achieve Sports Medicine. And now we take you to the field with the voice of the Valley, Cullen Holt, for live Eagles football.
Good evening, Eagle fans, and welcome to Lyman High School as the Eagles get ready to take on the visiting Outlaws from Rawlins. My name is Cullen Holt. We are live on mylocalradio.com. It is a beautiful, sunny fall evening as we are ready for week one. This will be both teams' second games, but this is week one of the high school football season here in the Cowboy State. It is a beautiful evening. We are on the Eagle Football pregame show on a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Eagle football. We will hear from both coaches, and we'll set the scene for today's game and this presentation of Lyman Eagle football with live video online at mylocalradio.com and also live on KNYN 99.1.
The best live coverage of local sports, weather, local news, and radio classifieds. Plus job listings, fun giveaways, and more. It's all on mylocalradio.com. Watch live as your high school teams clash with their biggest rivals. Listen to the latest from your team's coaches, catch up on local and regional news, and get accurate weather conditions and forecasts. Visit mylocalradio.com, like us on Facebook, and stream it all now.
Back again on the Eagle Football pregame show here on mylocalradio.com. You're taking a look at those Lyman Eagles in the blue jerseys and the white pants set to take on Rawlins on what is an absolutely gorgeous evening and a perfect day for some football, and we'll have it live right here. We continue the Eagle Football pregame show with the scene set. The Lyman Eagles are the home team, so we'll talk about them second, and we'll start it off by kind of giving you a glimpse of what these Rawlins Outlaws will look like. They are 0-1 after a tough loss to Wheatland in that Week 0 game, and now they're trying to bounce back. They have a young squad coming off of a year that they were 4-5 overall, but graduated a lot of seniors from that team, so they're going to look a little bit different this year as they take on the Eagles tonight. For Lyman, they went 4-5 overall last year as well. They hosted a playoff game, which was huge for this Lyman community, and they are excited to keep going because they've got a lot of really key returners and a lot of really talented players back. Graduated just one senior from that squad last year. So the Lyman Eagles ready to go against Rawlins. You are tuned in to the Eagle Football pregame show as we're doing the scene set. The last time these two teams met was last year, and that was a win for Rawlins by a final score of 33-2. So there's a little bit of history here. Now that rivalry switches here to Lyman, and the Eagles will host the Outlaws. When we come back, we're going to have a little bit more, including a segment called Where Are They Now, as we catch up with a former Eagle. That'll be after the break right here on the Eagle Football pregame show as you're watching a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Eagle Football on mylocalradio.com and 99.1 KNYN.
Your mobility affects every aspect of your life. When you suffer from an injury that decreases your mobility, or maybe you're just noticing that you're having a harder time balancing and your flexibility isn't what it used to be, call Randy Christofferson at Achieve Sports Medicine. Randy will work with you to improve your overall health by reducing pain and improving mobility. Schedule your appointment today by calling 307-747-4627. Achieve Sports Medicine in Lyman. No excuses, just results.
America keeps moving, and Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to help you keep rolling. Whether you need a brand new vehicle or service on one you already own, Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to lend a helping hand. Our certified mechanics are knowledgeable, and our sales team takes the time to get to know you and what your needs are. Stop in today, Auto Farm Chevrolet, 624 Front Street, Evanston. Evanston's community-driven dealer.
Back again on this Eagle football pregame show on mylocalradio.com. We are, well, let's say about 40 minutes away from the kickoff between the Outlaws from Rawlins, who travel to take on the Lyman Eagles right here at Lyman High School in Lyman, Wyoming. It's about time to catch up with an Eagle alum who graduated from Lyman High School in 2017. This portion of the Eagle football pregame show is called Where Are They Now? So when we come back, we're going to talk with a name I think a lot of you know, and a Lyman grad from not too long ago, as we ask the very important question, where are you now? This is a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Lyman Eagle football online at mylocalradio.com and on the radio at KNYN 99.1.
This First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Bridger Valley Sports, also brought to you in part by T-Bar S Body Shop. Let T-Bar fix your car. Call 307-789-2639. And by Black's Fork Dental, providing comprehensive dental services, everything from This First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Bridger Valley Sports, also brought to you in part by T-Bar S Body Shop. Let T-Bar fix your car. Call 307-789-2639. And by Black's Fork Dental, providing comprehensive dental services, everything from basic maintenance to dental implants. Call 307-782-3630.
This edition of Where Are They Now? We have a very special guest, Preston Quinney, who joins us. We're going to check on what he's been up to. Preston, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with me.
Oh, you're very welcome. It's a pleasure.
So, Preston, the big question of this segment is, where are you now? I heard you've gone off to bigger and better things after graduating from Lyman in 2017.
That's right. Yeah, I took off for the sunshine down here in St. George, Utah.
Okay, and are you going to school there?
Yeah, I'm at Dixie State University, and I just started the bachelor's nursing program this semester.
That's awesome, man. So what do you plan to do with that degree?
Well, I'd love to become a flight nurse. I want to work on the helicopters, like for Life Flight or something like that. That's kind of the goal.
Wow, Preston, that is super cool. So how did your time at Lyman then kind of prepare you for going on and now having success at Dixie State?
Oh, man, Lyman was awesome. I really enjoyed growing up there. The continuity of the community is great, and you get tons of support from people all over the community. And I think participating in all the sports just really prepared me for a collaborative mindset, you know, knowing how to work well with people and how to make people mesh together to get the best desired outcome.
So you mentioned you played sports. Which sports were you involved with?
I played football, basketball, and track.
Okay, and those were all good to you? You enjoyed all of those?
Yeah, I really did. I loved it all.
So football, basketball, track, that sounds like a full year. You got fall, winter, and spring all covered. So, Preston, your mom, Jenny Lynn, is the activities secretary at Lyman. So is the whole Lyman High School thing kind of like a family deal for you guys?
Yeah, it is. Man, we moved to Lyman when I was just maybe even a year old, and my family's been there since, you know. So my sister graduated from Lyman, I did. Both my younger brothers are attending school. And my mom working there, so yeah, it is kind of a family thing.
You have a really bright future ahead of you, it sounds like, with what you're doing at Dixie State. But I got to ask,
hey, thank you.
What's your favorite memory from Lyman?
Oh, man, favorite memory. That's actually an easy one for me. Is when my senior year basketball season, when we were able to take down the undefeated Riverton Wolverines on their home floor to win the regional championship. That's one game I'll never forget.
So when you think about that game, what's kind of the distinct picture that is in your mind? Is it the scoreboard at the end of the game, or what do you, when you think about that game, what do you picture?
Man, I just remember as soon as that final buzzer went off and we had squeaked by with the win, everyone just pouring onto the court, excitement at an all-time high. It was just a really, really cool atmosphere, and awesome to share that with the entire community that made the trip to come and see the game.
What a great moment. Preston, I got to ask before I let you go, how closely are you going to be following Lyman athletics this year?
Oh, super close. I love to keep up to date, see how everyone that I knew when they were in middle school, now they're having their moment. So it's fun to see these kids grow up and get to do the same things I did.
All right, Preston. Well, I'm going to hold you to that. I expect you to be listening, and when you're tuned in, shoot me a text and let me know that you're watching your Lyman Eagles. Preston, thank you so much for taking the time. It was great to catch up with you and see where you are now.
Hey, thank you very much. It was a pleasure.
That's Preston Quinney. He's at Dixie State now. He graduated from Lyman in 2017, and like many other Lyman grads, he's going on to do some really great things. A flight nurse. That's what he's going to do, and that's what he's going to school for, which let's just say when we catch up with him years down the road for another episode of Where Are They Now, he's for sure going to have some real good stories to tell. So a big thank you to Preston Quinney for joining us on this edition of Where Are They Now. When we return on the Eagle Football pregame show, we're going to visit with both coaches from Rawlins and Lyman. We're going to have Coach McSpadden, and we're also going to have Coach Anderson right here on the Eagle Football pregame show and on a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Lyman Eagle Football. Live video streaming on mylocalradio.com and on the radio KNYN 99.1.
The best place to stay when you're in Casper, Wyoming is the Come On In Hotel and Suites. This beautiful log hotel offers 5 hot tubs, 1 pool, a fitness center, and fabulous indoor atrium. Offering jacuzzi and fireplace suites, the guest rooms are comfortable and relaxing. Plus, every stay includes a delicious extended continental breakfast. Whenever you're in Casper, stay at the best place. Come On In Hotel and Suites. Come on in today. Come On In Hotel and Suites, Casper.
When do you schedule doctor appointments?
In bed before I fall asleep. In the car waiting to pick up my kids.
We can even do it after breakfast.
We all lead busy lives. Online appointment scheduling puts you in control. In just 90 seconds, you can make an appointment with a primary care provider or specialist at evanstonanytime.com. Select the day and time most convenient for you. Enter some basic information, and just like that, you're scheduled for care. Schedule appointments for next day and beyond at evanstonanytime.com.
Well, we see the game from up in the press box here at mylocalradio.com. The coaches, well, they see the game like nobody else. So here on the Eagle Football pregame show, we'll take a minute to visit with both coaches, Rawlins Coach McSpadden and the Eagles Coach Anderson, as they join us on this Eagle Football pregame show. We're going to find out what both teams need to do to try to get a win today and how they're going to look to improve from last week. Lyman coming off of a win and Rawlins coming off of a loss. So both of them trying to continue to build and grow. They both have young cores that they're really trying to build some success around. So we're super excited to see these two teams go to head, and we're super excited about hearing from both coaches right here on the Lyman Eagle pregame show on a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Eagle Football. Right here on mylocalradio.com and on the radio at KNYN 99.1.
2 roads diverged in a wood, and I had just purchased new tires at Plains Tire in Evanston. The trained tire technicians at Plains Tire expertly mounted, balanced, and aligned my new tires, so I was feeling good. While I was there, they changed my oil, checked my brakes, fixed my AC, and made sure my shocks were in tip-top shape. And with their lifetime alignment checks and tire rotations, I was ready to roll. So, thanks to Plains Tire, when 2 roads diverged in a wood, I took the one less traveled. Plains Tire, 157 Bear River Drive, Evanston.
Signage is a critical part of your business. It helps customers find your front door. Rocky Mountain Sign will provide you with expertly designed signs, LEDs, channel letters, as well as skillfully cut signage using wood, metal, plastic, and other mediums to help your customers find you with high-quality signage. Using the best technology, designs, and installation by Rocky Mountain Sign. Your signage says a lot about your business. Work with the professionals at Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street in Evanston, Wyoming.
And we're joined by Clayton McFadden, the head coach for Rawlins. And Coach, if you could kind of give us just a snapshot of what this 2020 team looks like.
Well, it's a very young team, a very athletic team. They have some kids that haven't come out and played football a long time. They're coming out and making a big impact for us. And it's going to be an exciting year. We're really excited to just be playing football, to be honest.
Coach, what are you guys looking to improve on next week as you go from week 2 to week 1?
Making a tackle. We'll be a good start, facing plays, knowing our jobs, doing our jobs, and playing with confidence. These kids out there with confidence, and we really need to make them feel like, get them to feel like they know what they're doing and they're able to do it.
Coach, you said this is a young team, but again, this is a team that has a lot of talent. Maybe there's some names out that you think we're going to be standing out tonight?
Colton, he's a fantastic offensive and defensive lineman. We have Cole Porter over there on the line. Nick Howard plays a good tight end for us. Ryan Fox. We have Gio Hudson, who's a fantastic running back, really fast, hidden trainer. Those are some of their beats for sure.
I know we talked about what's going to improve upon, but what do you think are the keys to that in the second quarter?
Stop the run. Stop the run. They have big beats, and there's a bunch of big country guys. Country guys are awesome to have around. There's a bunch of big country guys. If you don't stop them, they're going to rumble, pummel us all the way down the field.
Awesome, Coach. Thank you so much. Let's get back to the program, and good luck tonight.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, that's Coach McFadden from Rawlins.
Man, Clayton McFadden taking the time and being gracious enough to talk with us here on the Eagle Football pregame show. You can tell that this team is going to be a lot different from last year after they graduated so many talented athletes. But at the same time, you can tell that he's so excited about the team he has and the guys he's got coming up through the ranks, and it's just going to be a matter of continuing to build with them and use them as a foundation. Coming off the loss last week, going into this matchup against Lyman as well. So a big thank you to Clayton McFadden for joining us on the Eagle Football pregame show. When we come back, we're going to hear from Dale Anderson, the head coach of the Eagles. He'll talk a little bit about that big win on Friday and the keys to getting another win here against the Outlaws of Rawlins. That and more on the Lyman Eagle Football pregame show on the First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Eagle Football on mylocalradio.com and on the radio at KNYN 99.1.
Whether it's new windows at home or new glass in your car, check Cullen or SUV. Black Glass Credit. Tires? Yes. All vehicles. ATV, semis, and more. Black Glass offers a 24-hour trading service for everything that likes to smile. There's more, so always go Black Glass on Lyman. Whatever you need, it's likely they can help. 307-787-3450. That's Black Glass Glass in Lyman. 307-787-3450.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own Fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Eagles! West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
I'm now joined by Dale Anderson, head coach of the Lyman Eagles football team. And Coach, we're going to be there Thursday. We're going to have the game live. How excited are you guys? Now you're 1-0, and now you've got another game coming up.
Well, it's always fun to keep going on a short week preparation. And if Thursday game doesn't give us a lot of time to prepare, but, we're always excited to get out and play. So it'll be fun.
What do you prioritize in a short week like that? You got the game on Saturday, you got to recover, and then you turn around quickly and play again.
We just try to find some of the things, the mistakes and areas that we made last week and try to fix some of the basic ones. You can't do it all in a week, but, fix some of the little things that we think we can get better at for this week. And, it's still a preseason game. It's a non-conference game, so still time for a little bit of experimentation and a little improvement on those things.
That's what I want to keep on doing for us.
Last year they were discouraged with the pass game. And we struggled with that a little bit even last Friday. So that's something we're trying to focus on is improving our pass defense. Our pass rush is solid, but our pass defense really. And then in our throwing game, too, I thought we ran the ball fairly well, but we struggled in our throwing game. So that aspect of it, somewhere is kind of working on. We're kind of a run-heavy team, but we still got to be able to defend the pass and throw the ball. Coach, on Saturday, we guys went to Malad and got a good win there. Can you kind of recap that for me? Well, we came out fast. Took play very well initially. We made, marched up down and scored, and then forced the punt and scored again. And then we kind of went to the flank for about 2 quarters. Coming in after that stretch where we found a lot of things we got to work on, and conditioning is one of them. Being able to be in a position where we can play 3-4 quarters and not get tired, and when you start getting tired, you start making mistakes. So those are the things we kind of focus on. And then we're going to finish the game off hot fairly well. So I think we really stepped up and played well at the end and finished strong.
Coach, who's going to answer the McDonald's on Thursday?
It's always there. We've got a lot of different kids to help us. We really focus a lot on our offensive line. That's one of the keys for us. I always tell kids, anybody can run the ball if there's a hole there. But we've got that group that really is kind of our focal point. And, we really try to treat it as a team thing and not really focus on one kid in particular. So we hope that they all stay up and play well and perform and do their jobs and both sides of the ball. And if they do that, we can be successful, I think.
Awesome, man. I'm looking forward to that offensive line. Some numbers on Thursday, because we'll have that live on mylocalradio.com. Thanks for the time, Coach.
You bet, my phone for sure. Come.
Thanks to Anderson and Holt to the Lyman Eagles.
Big thank you to Dale Anderson for chatting with us pregame here on the Eagle Football Pregame Show. You can see them running off. They're going to take to the sidelines for a moment. It is senior day, and Dale Anderson has a group of seniors now. He only had one last year, but now he's got, a group of returners that he can kind of rely on. He talked about how talented that offensive line is, but you can see the Lyman Eagles in the blue jerseys and the white pants getting ready for a big matchup against Rawlins, and that follows a great chat with Dale Anderson, who talked about how excited he is coming off of what was really a big win against Malad, because this is a Lyman team that is on the rise. They are building. They finally have some really key returners, and that win over Malad just kind of, justified all of the offseason work that they've been doing. And now they've got a real challenge against a 3A school in Rawlins right here at Lyman High School, and we have it live for you on a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Eagle football on mylocalradio.com. When we come back, we'll have the green scene, the keys to the game, and, of course, the Bridger Valley Electric starting lineups. That and more after this.
America keeps moving, and Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to help you keep rolling. Whether you need a brand new vehicle or service on one you already own, Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to lend a helping hand. Our certified mechanics are knowledgeable, and our sales team takes the time to get to know you and what your needs are. Stop in today, Auto Farm Chevrolet, 624 Front Street, Evanston. Evanston's community-driven dealer.
This First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Bridger Valley Sports, also brought to you in part by Freeway Tire. With a friendly and knowledgeable staff, quick and dependable service, and great prices come together. Call Freeway Tire at 307-789-8632. And by Hoover Chiropractic. Dr. Todd Hoover does all of the chiropractic work you need, as well as blood work, dietary supplements, a weight loss program, x-rays, and can help you get rid of migraines and allergies. Call Hoover Chiropractic at 307-789-0043.
When you're looking for one location that is centrally located in Wyoming to host a business meeting or corporate retreat, always consider the Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper first. With meeting rooms and amenities that everyone can enjoy at the Come On In is the best place to host events. The rustic decor, fireplaces, jacuzzis, pool, and large indoor atrium will make your event memorable. Call today and find out the ways we can help make your event a success. Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper. Call 307-472-6300.
When your vehicle needs new tires, any tire store can get you back on the road. But only Plains Tire can get you rolling again with the peace of mind that you were treated well, paid a fair price, and that you'll be taken care of for the life of the tire. At Plains Tire, trained tire technicians mount and expertly balance your new tires, replace the valve stems, and hand check each lug nut to make sure it's all tight and secure. Plus, you'll get lifetime alignment checks and tire rotations only at Plains Tire, 157 Bear River Drive, Evanston. Visit plainstire.com.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Eagles! West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
And welcome back to Lyman High School, where we have the Eagles taking on the Outlaws from Rawlins. This is a 2A versus 3A matchup and a really good non-conference matchup as well. This is a great chance for both teams really to get another look at what their team is going to look like going into the rest of the season. Again, Lyman comes in at 1-0 after a big win against Malad. A tough loss to Wheatland for the Outlaws from Rawlins as they look to go 500 with a win tonight. So Lyman and Rawlins both with a lot on the line despite how early in the season we are in this non-conference matchup. But it is going to be a good one between Rawlins and Lyman as we continue this Eagle football pregame show. My name is Cullen Holt, and it is an absolutely beautiful day. We are just a few minutes away from kickoff, about 19 to be exact, as we get closer and closer to the start of this one. Again, Lyman will be in the blue jerseys with the white pants, and Rawlins will be in the all-white when they get out here. It is senior day, and a lot of teams are doing this. They're moving senior day to really early in the season, so these seniors can be guaranteed to have their moment and to be honored for all that they've done, especially with Lyman, them being part of such a young group that's now built up, and now here they are being the senior leadership on this Lyman team. So it's got to be really exciting for Dale Anderson to have a chance to honor them in the pregame. So it is senior day here at Lyman High School. We'll show you bits and pieces of that as the Eagle football pregame show continues. We've still got the green screen coming up, or the green scene, that is, the keys to the game, and of course, the Bridger Valley Electric starting lineups, all coming up after this on a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Eagle football, live on mylocalradio.com and on the radio at KNYN 99.1.
Your mobility affects every aspect of your life. When you suffer from an injury that decreases your mobility, or maybe you're just noticing that you're having a harder time balancing and your flexibility isn't what it used to be, call Randy Christofferson at Achieve Sports Medicine. Randy will work with you to improve your overall health by reducing pain and improving mobility. Schedule your appointment today by calling 307-747-4627. Achieve Sports Medicine in Lyman. No excuses, just results.
This First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Bridger Valley Sports, also brought to you in part by T-Bar S Body Shop. Let T-Bar fix your car. Call 307-789-2639. And by Black's Fork Dental, providing comprehensive dental services, everything from basic maintenance to dental implants. Call 307-782-3630.
Evanston Regional Hospital is an affiliate of the University of Utah Health. Our partnership builds on a long tradition of collaboration between Evanston Regional Hospital and University of Utah Health. Inside these doors, our dedicated staff is committed to being your caring partner in your healthcare journey. Whether you need an MRI or surgery, are expecting a new baby, or you're having a heart attack, Evanston Regional Hospital is here to help. Evanston Regional Hospital. Healing begins here.
Signage is a critical part of your business. It helps customers find your front door. Rocky Mountain Sign will provide you with expertly designed signs, LEDs, channel letters, as well as skillfully cut signage using wood, metal, plastic, and other mediums to help your customers find you with high-quality signage. Using the best technology, designs, and installation by Rocky Mountain Sign. Your signage says a lot about your business. Work with the professionals at Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street in Evanston, Wyoming.
Back again on the Eagle football pregame show, live from Lyman High School. This is a beautiful evening. Kickoff time of 5 p.m. is approaching rapidly, and we could not be more excited for this Week 1 matchup between Lyman and Rawlins, which we have live right here on mylocalradio.com. Again, we're at Lyman High School in Lyman, Wyoming. Kickoff is coming up soon, and this will be an exciting one. 2A versus 3A in the Eagles versus the Outlaws here on the Eagle football pregame show. This is the green scene. It is a very nice, sunny 82 degrees at Lyman High School right now. There's a light breeze blowing through, but not too rough to affect the passing game, which we know Rawlins threw the ball really well last year, and we'll see what kind of approach they come out with in this game against the Eagles, as now they travel to visit Lyman High School. But again, not too much of a breeze to affect the passing game. We know Lyman likes to run, so they couldn't care less how windy it is. Fans are starting to file in. The band is ready to go. The countdown to kickoff clock is at 15 minutes exactly now. Everybody is social distancing, and if they can't social distance, everybody's been great about wearing their masks as well, so we can continue to have high school football. But the crowd on hand thus far is a good one, and I think with the early kickoff on a Thursday, more and more people are going to start to trickle in as the pregame show goes on. Again, this is senior day for the Lyman Eagles as they announce the seniors coming out. And they moved it up to early on in the season so that these seniors could most definitely get their senior day and their honor. Started off with the cheerleaders. That is Brooklyn, as she is getting honored right here on the Eagle Football pregame show on mylocalradio.com. This is senior day for the Eagles.
You all mean more than you know. So, to infinity and beyond, and may the odds be ever in your favor. Brooklyn Ollis.
So that's Brooklyn Ollis.
Next, Stephanie Sandoval.
Here's Stephanie Sandoval. So they're starting with the cheerleaders, and then they got some football seniors to talk about as well later on, as this Eagle football team just continues to grow together. And they have really built under Dale Anderson. And I think they're really excited for this opportunity to face off against a very talented Rawlins team. They came off a decent year last year, and I think we'll have a really good matchup here at Lyman High School. And for the Eagles to get a win on senior day would mean just that much extra. They're going to honor Allie Williams now, so another cheerleader for the Eagles. And then they'll get to the football players. And there's a good handful of seniors on this roster between Jet Dickerson and Carter Smith, Braxton Saby, Preston Brewer, MJ Richardson, Joseph Turner, Hanson Bradshaw, and Ryan Christofferson. So that's a good group of seniors, and they're all going to contribute this year. So it's really special and unique to honor them this early in the season as well. But again, we're going to do the cheerleaders first, and then we'll get into the football players.
Everything they have done. She would like to thank Mr. Hanson just because he is cool, she guesses. One last family she would like to thank is the
And yes, typically we have these senior days at the end of the season. But for now, in a very unique year, we're going to put them in week 1 to make sure everybody gets honored. So this is Cadence Pollock, another senior for the cheer squad here at Lyman High School.
And raising a cute little family together. She would like to thank her parents for always supporting her in everything and for being great examples. She also wants to thank her coaches for pushing her out of her comfort zone and believing in her, even when she doesn't. Lastly, to her team for being so supportive and a great second family. She loves her team so much. Cadence Pollock.
The PA announcer is walking us through these senior day festivities. Now Colby Gibson. This is a senior heavy cheer squad as well for the Eagles, as we're just outside of 10 minutes to go until kickoff between Lyman and Rawlins, two teams that had identical overall records last season at 4-5. Both the Outlaws and Eagles finished the season with that exact record. All right, Mackenzie Rasmussen is the next senior to be honored from the cheer team.
Daughter of Charles and Nicole Rasmussen. After high school, she plans to bring her cute boyfriend to college with her for 2 years, then move to somewhere sunny and warm and start a family. She says, "You're welcome, Mom." She would like to thank her coaches for always pushing her to do her best and try her hardest. Her teammates for always lifting her up, most of the time literally. Her dad for always encouraging her. Her mom for always being there for no matter what. She loves you guys. Mackenzie Rasmussen. The next is Aspen Black.
So Aspen Black now, the 7th senior from this cheer team.
After high school, she plans to go to college at Western or University of Wyoming. After a year of what of that, she plans on serving an 18-month mission for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Afterwards,
Again, about 10 minutes until kickoff between Rawlins and Lyman right here on mylocalradio.com.
her mom and dad for always supporting her and allowing her to transfer schools. She would also like to thank her grandparents and extended family who always support her even if it's in blue.
The crowd continuing to grow here at Lyman High School for what will be a real good matchup between the Outlaws and the Eagles.
Always believing in her and loving her. Thank you to her teammates and friends who love her, for her, and all the craziness that comes with it. Now, she couldn't really be where she is without these amazing people in her life. Aspen Black.
So 7 seniors
For our cheerleaders.
for this Lyman cheer team.
Now for our senior football players.
And now they're going to switch over and talk about the senior football players. There are so many of them that have played for this team and really invested in this Lyman football program. So Jet Dickerson first, the senior wide receiver and defensive end.
On returning, he will finish his engineering degree, get married to a smoking hot wife, and live life in the fullest. He would like to thank his parents and coaches for teaching and supporting him through athletics. He would also like to thank his teammates for sticking together and becoming a family. Jet Dickerson.
There's a good look at Jet Dickerson and his family. And now Carter Smith,
Of Damien and Ashley Smith. After graduation,
a senior quarterback and outside linebacker at 5'10", 195. He's another big part of this team. And again, these seniors are a special group because they've seen the Lyman football program grow over the last 4 years, that they've been a part of it.
Next, we have Hanson Bradshaw.
Now Hanson Bradshaw.
Hanson is the son of Clint and Kristen Bradshaw. After graduation, he plans to go on a mission for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and then party 4 years at
This is a big group of seniors as well.
Happens to be hot, live on a lake somewhere on his yacht. He would like to thank his parents and coaches and seniors for sticking with him, and his juniors and sophomores and cute little freshmen. But most importantly,
And again, in such a unique year, this is a unique way to honor the seniors too. Instead of at the last home game,
MJ Richardson.
this is kind of a way to send them off into their senior season, having already been honored, which is special in its own right.
He plans to go to college for mechanics, and after college, he would like to continue traveling around to do hill climbs on his dirt bike and settle here in the valley. He would like to thank his mom and his dad for always being there for him.
There's MJ Richardson.
Coming to watch him. Last, he would like to thank his niece for always keeping him on his toes. MJ Richardson. Preston Brewer.
Richardson.
Preston is the son of Tyler Brewer, Melissa Brewer, and Jenny Lindsay. After graduation, he plans
And now Brewer getting honored.
wherever he finds the cheapest and easiest. He has no idea what for, but he will eventually get there. After that, he will probably find a smoking hot wife that is really brilliant. If that doesn't happen for him, he will work at McDonald's. He would like to
So
thank his
Preston
family
Brewer.
for always putting up with him, his coaches for always yelling at him because he messes up, and his teammates that never give up on him. And most important, his friends because he is constantly around them and making his life a blast. Preston Brewer.
Senior defensive end and fullback, 5'11", 170.
Ryan Christopherson.
Now Ryan Christopherson.
Ryan is the son of Randy and Colette Christopherson. After graduation, he plans to probably go to some college to become a journalist or something along those lines and marry some hot girl, hopefully. He would like to thank his friends and family for keeping him motivated in the hard times and his coaches for believing in him.
One of those very integral offensive linemen for this Lyman football team. They really pride themselves on their ability to run the ball and to do it behind a big, strong, talented offensive line. And they're going to graduate some of those as seniors. You can see him there being honored on this senior day as they just announced Braxton Saby.
His friends and teammates are always being there and pushing him. Braxton Saby.
Braxton Saby and his family, and senior night's such a special event for all these guys. And the last senior that they're going to honor to round out the senior day festivities, that's Joe Turner. Plays tackle for this offensive line, 6'1", 240. Again, this is a big, strong, talented offensive line, and they'll open up some holes for you. And when they do, this Lyman team can be hard to beat at times. So Joey Turner, the last senior to get honored. This Lyman football team is ready to go against the Outlaws of Rawlins in what will be a very exciting matchup. That's it for the senior day festivities. We're going to step aside, and when we come back, we'll have the keys to the game, and we will also have Bridger Valley Electric starting lineups. That's after this on a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Eagle football on My Local Radio.
The best live coverage of local sports, weather, local news, and radio classifieds. Plus job listings, fun giveaways, and more. It's all on mylocalradio.com. Watch live as your high school teams clash with their biggest rivals. Listen to the latest from your team's coaches, catch up on local and regional news, and get accurate weather conditions and forecasts. Visit mylocalradio.com, like us on Facebook, and stream it all now.
Your mobility affects every aspect of your life. When you suffer from an injury that decreases your mobility, or maybe you're just noticing that you're having a harder time balancing and your flexibility isn't what it used to be, call Randy Christofferson at Achieve Sports Medicine. Randy will work with you to improve your overall health by reducing pain and improving mobility. Schedule your appointment today by calling 307-747-4627. Achieve Sports Medicine in Lyman. No excuses, just results.
America keeps moving, and Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to help you keep rolling. Whether you need a brand new vehicle or service on one you already own, Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to lend a helping hand. Our certified mechanics are knowledgeable, and our sales team takes the time to get to know you and what your needs are. Stop in today, Auto Farm Chevrolet, 624 Front Street, Evanston. Evanston's community-driven dealer.
A splendid rendition of the Star-Spangled Banner by the Lyman Marching Band right here on mylocalradio.com. Just moments away from kickoff between Lyman and Rawlins. We will have the coin flip at the 50-yard line as Rawlins will send their captain for the day out. It'll be Colton Ice, one of the names that was mentioned by Clayton McSpadden in the pregame show, the head coach for the Outlaws, as one of the guys that he really is going to rely on this season and in this game as well. And for the Eagles, it's Carter Smith, who is the starting quarterback for Lyman, or should be tonight, as projected by head coach Dale Anderson. And that brings us to our Bridger Valley Electric starting lineups. Bridger Valley Electric telling us that Carter Smith will not only be the captain, but the starting quarterback as well. Projected to be in the backfield with him as the starting running back will be Preston Brewer, the senior fullback who was honored just moments ago along the track on the near side as part of the Senior Day festivities. Now they're going to turn the captains around. They're going to say that the Eagles have elected to receive, so Lyman will get it. First of all, they wanted the handshake, but they couldn't because of the new restrictions. So instead they wave to each other and retreat to their own sidelines as we get ready for what will be a real good matchup between the Eagles and the Outlaws right here on mylocalradio.com. And before we get started, that brings us to our keys to the game. And key number one, you see him there on your screen if you're watching on mylocalradio.com, is tenacity. I think both of these teams have a game plan that they want to go with, and both of these teams need to stick to it because there are going to be times early on, it's just week one, when it looks like what you want to do is not going to work. Stick to it as much as possible. And so Rawlins will kick it away to Lyman. The fundamentals are going to be really important. That is our second key to the game as well. And assignment discipline. This Rawlins team, as Coach Anderson said early on, well, they can throw the ball a little bit, or at least they could last year. And so in the defensive backfield, knowing what your assignment is and sticking to it is essential. As far as not letting anybody break free or sneak behind you when it comes to the passing game. So assignment discipline will be a big key all day long for both of these teams as Lyman and Rawlins get ready to go head-to-head on mylocalradio.com and a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Eagle football on KNYN 99.1 as well. We're getting set for kickoff. And the first quarter, which is brought to you by Bridger Valley Motor, which offers 24-hour towing services. If you need a tow, you need to call Glade on his cell phone at 307-780-3280. Bridger Valley Motor is here to pick you up if your lift ever lets you down. This is the Bridger Valley Motor first quarter. Put 12 minutes on the clock, and let's get underway. As again, the Outlaws in the all-white will be going left to right across your radio dial as they kick it away to the Lyman Eagles in the blue helmets, blue jerseys, and the white pants. Two back deep to receive for the Eagles. Looks like Ashton Housekeeper, who's looking to take it to the house, as well as Braxton Saby are back there. And Rawlins set to kick this one away. The Outlaws taking on the Eagles on mylocalradio.com. Both these teams were 4-5 last year. The Outlaws at 0-1, the Eagles at 1-0, and we are underway. The kickoff bounces to that far side for Ashton Housekeeper, trying to reverse the field and come to the near sideline. He is knocked down at about the 30. Housekeeper on the return. He is brought down by Javier Soto along that near side, and we'll see the Lyman offense for the first time just 7 seconds into this Bridger Valley Motor first quarter. And the Eagles will have the ball on that near hash as they run out there to huddle up. Again, we're expected to see the starting quarterback being Carter Smith, and it will be Smith that lines up back there. Preston Brewer, as we said, in the Bridger Valley Electric starting lineups will be back there with him, and they go to Brewer to start things off. He tries to go around the near corner. He picks up 4 yards. So 4 yards for Brewer. It will be 2nd and 6. They'll stay on the near hash as they move along here out to about the 34-yard line. Again, the quarterback, Carter Smith, the senior, honored in the Senior Day festivities right before this game. He is the quarterback in the shotgun, 2 receivers to each side. He's on that near hash. This will be a quarterback keeper for Smith. He finds a small seam, and he will pick up 3 yards, which cuts it down to a 3rd and short, 3rd and 3 for the Lyman Eagles. So a 3-yard pickup. It will be 3rd and 3 out at the 37-yard line. Got to get to the 40, going right to left for these Lyman Eagles in the blue helmets and blue jerseys. This time the ball in the middle of the field, not on a hash. Again, 2 receivers to each side for the Eagles. Smith in the shotgun, got it back to his left. That is Preston Brewer. They give it to him. He finds a seam up the middle. He falls forward after crossing the 40. That'll be a first down. And the Eagles move the chains for the first time in this one. Out across the 40, they'll spot it at the 42. That's a pickup of 5 yards, brings the total to 9 yards for Preston Brewer. Again, Brewer, he's another one of those seniors, plays defensive end as well as fullback, as he's been kind of the feature back thus far. 5'11", 170 for Preston Brewer as he stands back there with Smith again. 1st and 10, they set up now at the 42. Smith motions a man across. This will be a jet sweep handoff. Little trouble in the backfield, but squeaking out of it is the other Brewer for a moment, and he's brought down a big loss. This will take him all the way back to what looks like the 37-yard line. So McCoy Smith, that is.
We think it was brought down by Mario Guerrero.
McCoy Smith with the run, trying to go all the way to that opposite side of the field. He ends up losing what looks like 5 yards. So McCoy Smith. This will be 2nd and 15 for the Lyman Eagles. Here in this Bridger Valley Motor first quarter on a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Lyman Eagle football. On the far hash, this time they go jet sweep the other way. Fake it, handoff, Preston Brewer. He goes nowhere, and a good defensive stop for this Rawlins defense. He is going to get just 2 yards on the carry. That takes them up to the 39-yard line. They have to get out to the 53 for a first down. So it's a gain of 1, and it'll be 3rd and 14 for this Eagle team. We'll see if they air it out here. Maybe test the arm on Smith. Again, these Lyman Eagles are 1-0. 3rd and about 14 from the 39-yard line. Smith will throw. He looks to his left. He has a man, and it's right off the hands of his intended target, Jet Dickerson, and that'll be 4th and long for the Eagles. Dickerson was running across the middle on a slant. Tried to throw to his left. Smith did. And just couldn't complete it. So the Eagles will punt it away. Preston Brewer will do the honors as Rawlins has one back deep to return, standing at about his own 24-yard line in the all-white uniforms with the black helmets. Brewer digs the ball out of the grass on a low snap. This one will bounce just inside of the 30-yard line, and it is downed by Lyman at the 29. Touched first by what looks like Cody Richardson. So Cody Richardson downs it, and we'll see the Rawlins offense for the first time. We are here in the Bridger Valley Motor first quarter on mylocalradio.com and on the radio at KNYN 99.1. So the Rawlins offense lines up. They've got their quarterback under center. And it's going to be Ryan Flack, the senior quarterback, with 2 in the backfield with him. In a modified I formation, they give it to the dot of the I, and the Lyman Eagles have him stuffed at the line of scrimmage. It is no gain. The ball was carried by Dian Henson, and it was Bradshaw that met him in the hole first. And so it is 2nd and 10 for this Rawlins Outlaws offense as they start at their own 29-yard line, so got to get to the 39 for that first down. Here comes 2nd and 10. Snap, and now a pitch out wide. Dian Henson tries to go to that far side, and he's pushed out of bounds after a pickup of what looks like 4 yards, as they'll mark him out at the 33-yard line. So a 4-yard gain brings up 3rd and 6 for the Outlaws. Inside of 8 minutes to go now. Rawlins with their first offensive possession of the game, no score. This will be 3rd and 6 from the 33-yard line for the Outlaws. Again, under center goes Ryan Flack, the quarterback. Flack calls for the snap, gets it. He's back to pass. He is pressured, flushed to his left, and brought down for a sack, but a flag flies. And I don't want to get ahead of things here as he's brought down to the 20, but that certainly looked like it could have been a face mask against the Eagles, which would negate the awesome defensive play for Lyman. But that will be a sack back to the 20-yard line as it stands at the moment. And it's going to be an incidental face mask. And they will just do a 5-yard penalty. So because it's incidental, a 5-yard penalty, and 3rd down will be replayed. So it was from the spot, which means the sack and all the hard work that the Lyman defensive line did to get it will at least net something as they move backwards to set up 3rd and 13 from now the 27-yard line. Sack for the Eagles, and Flack will be under center again to try to get this Rawlins offense a 3rd and long. Looking to pass again. Flack in trouble. Brewer chasing him. Stiff arm gives him extra time. Flack throws downfield, and it is a bobbling catch at about the 40. Should be enough for a first down. Hauled in by Mitchell Allard. Shows the sure hands near side for the Outlaws. So it is a first down. Chains move out to the 41-yard line, and the Rawlins first offensive possession continues. They'll mark him actually back at the 40, but that was a good sure-handed catch by Mitchell Allard. He had blanket coverage all over him, and he bobbled it just a bit but was able to hang on. So this is 1st and 10 from their own 40, that is, for Rawlins, as they head toward the 50 looking for a first down. Flack this time with the overloaded offense to his left. He hands it off, and almost the moment he touched the ball, he was brought down, and that was Josh Smith who was tackled. Turner was in the backfield for the Lyman Eagles to bring him down for a loss of 2. 2nd and 12 coming up now back at the 38 for the Rawlins Outlaws here in this Bridger Valley Motor first quarter. Ball on the near hash, Flack under center. Again, they overload that left side with 3 in the backfield to that left side. 1 receiver split out to each side. Flack will pitch it this time. Far side running with it, Dean Henson. And that is no gain right back to the line of scrimmage. And Preston Brewer was there to make the tackle for the Eagles. This will be 3rd and 12. Still back at that 38-yard line. Got to get to the 50 for the first down if you're the Rawlins Outlaws. Just outside of 6 minutes to go. Clock running here at Lyman High School as the Eagles play host to Rawlins, a 3A team. This is 3rd and 12 from the 38. Flack, far hash, under center. Hard count. Now he takes the snap. He looks to pass, and he is gobbled up. Joey Turner in the backfield. All the way back down to the 31, and that's the 2nd sack of the day for the Lyman Eagles. And this Eagle defense has come out and flexed their muscles. Rawlins, on their first offensive possession, will be forced to punt away. And now each team has been on offense once. We are in the Bridger Valley Motor first quarter. About 5:20 to go in this one. Live on mylocalradio.com and KNYN 99.1. 4th and very long. The punt is almost blocked. Preston Brewer was in there. It will be received in the air and touched. And going back to fall on it for the Lyman Eagles will be Ashton Housekeeper. He had a good bead on it, just maybe lost it in the sun at the last second. It went off his hands, and that was a live ball for a moment as Housekeeper had to scramble to get on top of it. And where he falls on it is where the Eagles will start. That is back at their own 30-yard line. 1st and 10 for Lyman. And we will see that Carter Smith-led offense out there again for the Eagles. Again, the offensive line is their staple. They want to get behind them and start to run the ball a little bit. They passed the ball once in that opening possession, and it was incomplete. So this is a handoff right up the gut, and scuttling forward for a few yards will be Braxton Saby. He'll pick up a gain of 3. So Saby carries for 3. And that brings up 2nd and 7. So not a bad job. And Lyman, if they want to, they can just kind of hang their hat on 3 or 4 yard gains, maybe take the air out of the ball, try to run the clock, as the Eagles have a really big and strong offensive line. It's just going to be a matter of, can they get things going behind that offensive line? Smith, handoff. They go right back to Saby. This time he goes right side. Darts between the tackle and guard and picks up the first down at the 41-yard line. Far hash is where they spot it. So a pickup of 8 for Saby. He has 2 carries in a row for 11 yards, and that's the first down for the Eagles. Again, out to the 41-yard line. Far hash is where they spot it. Eagles moving right to left in a no score on the Benedict's Ace scoreboard. First quarter presented to you by Bridger Valley Motor. We have just north of 4 minutes remaining in this first frame. 1st and 10 from the 41. Shotgun look for Carter Smith, the senior quarterback. Fake handoff. Smith will keep it. Running to his left. He is going to take it out across the 45 to the 46 as they approach midfield. That is a pickup of 5. Second run of the day for Carter Smith. Brings his total to 8 yards. Again, no score on that Benedict's Ace scoreboard in the Bridger Valley Motor first quarter on mylocalradio.com. Appreciate you tuning in as the Eagles and the Outlaws go head-to-head. We'll have more football for you on My Local Radio throughout the rest of the season, including Mountain View playing tomorrow night at Evanston, as Elon Olive and the Evanston broadcast team will have that for you. This is 2nd and 5 from the 46-yard line. Direct snap to Smith. Quarterback keeper will pick up 2 yards. And in on the tackle is Adin Alcantar. So with the pickup of 2, that brings up 3rd and 3 from back at the 48-yard line.
Can you hear me? My wife is not here to tell me what I'm doing wrong, so I have to ask.
And on 3rd and 3, the Eagles will be in the middle of the field. Approaching 2.5 minutes to go in the Bridger Valley Motor first quarter. Still no score on the Benedict Ace scoreboard, but the Eagles are marching. Smith, handoff, goes to Braxton Saby. He darts ahead, right side off tackle, gets the first down into Rawlins territory and down to the 45-yard line. First down, Eagles. So a pickup of 7 for Braxton Saby. 1st and 10 from the 45-yard line. Into Rawlins territory goes the Eagles. Ball still in the middle of the field. Smith in the backfield with a running back to his left. Rawlins defense is reeling. They need to stop here. And now the Eagles will throw again. Smith airs it out. Near side diving attempt. And they were looking for McCoy Smith and just couldn't connect. And in coverage, Canyon Green was right there for the Outlaws of Rawlins. Trying to go to McCoy Smith. That's the second time they've tried to throw. Carter Smith coming to the sideline to talk to Dale Anderson after each play to get the play. Clock stops for the first time in a while at 1:52 to go in the Bridger Valley Motor first quarter. This is a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Eagle football. The Benedict Ace scoreboard says no score for either team. Smith, handoff right up the gut. Preston Brewer takes it. And he is going to pick up from the 45 down to the 42, a gain of 3. 13-yard total for him throughout this first quarter. 90 seconds to go. And Carter Smith and this Eagle offense, they are driving. Man, Dale Anderson had so many good things to say about this offensive line. And on this drive, the second drive of the day for the Eagles, the offensive line has looked really sharp. Look out, though, in that game against Malad last week, Anderson said they had a really hot start and then slowed down a little bit. So the key will be, can Lyman continue this drive here and continue the momentum even into the second quarter as we get near the end of the first. Flag flies as another pass attempt for Smith is batted away by Adin Alcantar. And it will be 4th and 7 now for the Eagles after another incomplete pass. But laundry on the field as we sort things out. The Zebras will say that it remains 4th down and the penalty will not affect the yardage. So as illegal procedure against the Eagles. And the Outlaws decline it because they want it to be 4th down. So timeout taken by Dale Anderson with 1:04 to go in this Bridger Valley Motor first quarter. We'll step aside on a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Eagle football on mylocalradio.com and KNYN 99.1.
A common thread, no matter where you live in Wyoming, is that if you're heading somewhere, it's probably going to be a while until you get there. A lot can go wrong on these long road trips across this great state. If you ever find yourself broken down on the side of the road, it's time to call Glade Erickson at Bridger Valley Motor to come and pick you up, day or night. Bridger Valley Motor offers 24-hour towing services. If you need a tow, you need to call Glade on his cell phone at 307-780-3280. Bridger Valley Motor is here to pick you up if your lift ever lets you down. 307-780-3280.
Right back here at Lyman High School. Rawlins coming to town to visit a 3A team taking on the 2A Eagles. And this Lyman offense having a long drive. Stall just a little bit. Big 4th down. The offense is on the field. Smith is in the shotgun for 4th and 7 from the Rawlins 42-yard line. Pass, near side, caught. It'll be close to a first down and cutting back to get across the 35 down to the 30. Ball came out, but it was after he went down. That was a little catch and run for McCoy Smith. So how about McCoy Smith coming up with a big reception? So from the 42 all the way down to the 25. A pickup of 17. Smith shotgun again. Big first down for the Eagles to keep this drive alive. They've used up a lot of clock as well. Just about 30 seconds left in this one. Smith will keep it here in the first quarter. Goes up for no gain. He was trying to go right up the middle, but Rawlins' defensive line said no. Clock ticking down to about 15 seconds to go in the Bridger Valley Motor first quarter. It will be 2nd and 9 now, as that was a carry for 1 yard by the quarterback Smith. And they might just let the clock expire on this Bridger Valley Motor first quarter, and it will. We will flip sides where it will be 2nd and 9 from the 24-yard line for these Lyman Eagles on their second offensive drive of the day. They're making some real good progress, and they'll look to keep it going when the second quarter comes around right here on a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Eagle football on mylocalradio.com and on the radio at KNYN 99.1.
Your mobility affects every aspect of your life. When you suffer from an injury that decreases your mobility, or maybe you're just noticing that you're having a harder time balancing and your flexibility isn't what it used to be, call Randy Christofferson at Achieve Sports Medicine. Randy will work with you to improve your overall health by reducing pain and improving mobility. Schedule your appointment today by calling 307-747-4627. Achieve Sports Medicine in Lyman. No excuses, just results.
This First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Bridger Valley Sports, also brought to you in part by Freeway Tire. With a friendly and knowledgeable staff, quick and dependable service, and great prices come together. Call Freeway Tire.
Back again at Lyman High School. Big run there for the Eagles, and they're going to line up quickly and try to punch this thing in as they get down inside the 5-yard line, just a couple yards out of the goal line. Smith, quarterback keeper up the middle for the Eagles. He's pushing ahead. He is in. Touchdown, Lyman. What a way to start the Big Country Properties and broker Bobby Dolezal second quarter. And Lyman will put 6 on that Benedict Say scoreboard as the Eagles strike first in a big matchup against Rawlins. Play the fight song. Line it up to go for 2. And right up the middle, they're going to get it. Saby into the end zone for 2 more. And the Eagles with an 8-0 lead on that Benedict Say scoreboard here at the start of the Big Country Properties and broker Bobby Dolezal in the Bridger Valley second quarter. Score is 8-0 on the Benedict Say scoreboard. We'll step aside. More to come on a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Eagle football by My Local Radio.
Buying or selling is a simple process if you're working with the right real estate agent. This is Bobby Dolezal, broker with Big Country Properties. We have agents serving both Lincoln and Uintah counties that can assist you with all of your real estate needs. We are the top listing and selling brokerage in the Bridger Valley and strive to be honest, hardworking, and thorough. Whether buying or selling, we make it happen. Call us today at Big Country Properties, 307-782-3556.
This First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Bridger Valley Sports, also brought to you in part by T-Bar S Body Shop. Let T-Bar fix your car. Call 307-789-2639. And by Black's Fork Dental, providing comprehensive dental services, everything from basic maintenance to dental implants. Call 307-782-3630.
And we're back again at Lyman High School. Lyman with an 8-0 lead on that Benedict's Ace scoreboard after a big touchdown. They kick it away, and here come the Outlaws. They'll have their second offensive possession. A short return and staying on his feet out across the 35 to what looks like the 38-yard line for the Outlaws. That is where the Rawlins offense will go to work again. Now trailing 8-0 after the Eagles punched in the first touchdown of the day and added the 2-point conversion to boot as well. Big run by Smith, the quarterback, set things up. And then Saby punched it in from just 3 yards out. So a touchdown, first one of the season for Saby. And away we go here, 1st and 10. Set up at the 33-yard line, and flags fly at the snap. Might have been early movement for the Outlaws. Right here on the Big Country Properties and broker Bobby Dolzal. Second quarter, and it is a false start against Rawlins. That'll move him back inside the 30 now to the 28-yard line. Big Country Properties, serving clients in both Uinta and Lincoln counties. Make your real estate transactions simple and stress-free. Call Big Country Properties today, 307-782-3556. Again, 8-0 Lyman on that Benedict's Ace scoreboard. As from the 28-yard line, it will be 1st and 15 for the Rawlins Outlaws. Frack with the snap. He throws to the right side along that far sideline near the original line of scrimmage. It is caught and turning upfield to get a couple extra is the lanky receiver on that far side, Mitchell Allard. But there was a flag thrown behind the play. It will be holding against Rawlins, and so the Outlaws not doing themselves any favors here early on. Dale Anderson, I have to say, must be happy with that last drive by Lyman. It took up a majority of the first quarter and then into the Big Country Properties second quarter as well, and it ended with a touchdown and the 2-point conversion. So that offensive line, which he's been saying so many good things about, really proved their worth. This is a 1st and a country mile from back at around the 18-yard line after the 10-yard holding penalty. They're going to hand it off up the middle, and churning his legs for a pickup of about 7 was Henson. He gets to the 25-yard line, and that will bring up what is now a 2nd and 18. Approaching 11 minutes to go in this Big Country Properties second quarter on a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Eagle football. My name is Cullen Holt. Appreciate you tuning in, as this will be 2nd and 18 from back at the 25-yard line for the Rawlins offense. Ryan Flack under center for the Outlaws. He will keep it and look to pass. He is in trouble, and he has brought down a group effort between Jet Dickerson and Preston Brewer for the Eagles, and a big sack, and the Outlaws go backwards yet again. Brought down back inside the 15-yard line. They will mark it at the 14. A big sack for the Eagles. That is their 3rd sack of the day, and defensively, Lyman really seems to be clicking into this Big Country Properties second quarter. 3rd and even longer than it was before. Back at the 14, they have to get all the way back to the 44-yard line to get a first down. So this is 3rd and 30, and now a official's timeout as they want a photographer along that near side just to move back a little bit so they have more space along that sideline. Anyways, we're underway again. This is Flack under center for the Outlaws from the middle of the field. He will pass on a 3rd and long, and he is sacked again. Back near the 5-yard line, the ball came out, but the referees disagree with Lyman by saying that he was down first. That is sack number 4 on the day for this Eagle defensive front. Back to the 5-yard line, and the Outlaws will punt from their own end zone on what will be a 4th and 39. So from his own end zone, it is off the back line of the end zone, and it's a safety. Lyman will add 2 more points to the Benedict's Ace scoreboard. The snap was just a little bit high. Punter had to jump up to get it, and it's a safety, giving Lyman a couple more points. They lead 10-0 on the Benedict's Ace scoreboard, and they will receive the kickoff as well. With 9:34 to go in the Big Country Properties second quarter, we step aside. Back in a moment on a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Eagle football by My Local Radio.
When do you schedule doctor appointments?
In bed before I fall asleep. in the car waiting to pick up my kids.
We can even do it after breakfast.
We all lead busy lives. Online appointment scheduling puts you in control. In just 90 seconds, you can make an appointment with a primary care provider or specialist at evanstonanytime.com. Select the day and time most convenient for you. Enter some basic information, and just like that, you're scheduled for care. Schedule appointments for next day and beyond at evanstonanytime.com.
So the Outlaws will kick it away after giving up a safety to the Eagles of Lyman High School. 9:34 to go in this Big Country Properties second quarter, serving both Uinta and Lincoln counties. 10-0 lead on that Benedict A scoreboard for the Lyman Eagles. A touchdown by Saby and a safety forced on the punt by a snap that went out the back of the end zone. So Rawlins will kick it away. 2 back deep to return for the Eagles. On that near side, it's Ashton Housekeeper. And on the far side, looks like it's McCoy Smith. This is a squib kick. It is going to be a loose ball near the 50-yard line, and Lyman is able to scramble and get on top of it with the heads-up play. It was Chevy Fackrell who is able to keep it for the Eagles. It was a good squib kick for Rawlins. They just couldn't get there in time, and Lyman's offense will go to work at the Rawlins 48 now as Carter Smith jogs back out there to lead the Eagles. Up 10-0 on the Benedict Ace board in the second quarter, the Big Country Properties second quarter, that is. Just outside of 9.5 to go until halftime. Smith shotgun look from the near hash. One receiver on each side. Snap and a handoff goes to Saby. He pushes ahead for a gain of 4 yards. Down to the 44-yard line of Rawlins as the Eagles are driving again. Scratch that, they'll spot him back a yard. It will be 2nd and 7 from the 45-yard line. So Saby, they pick up of 3. Second and 7, Eagles huddling up again. They will be at the 45-yard line. Got to get down to the 38 to get the first down. Inside of 9 minutes to go in this Big Country Properties second quarter, with the Eagles leading 10-0 on the Benedict Ace board. Fake handoff to the jet sweep. They go back to Saby. Saby finds a small seam. He's going to get near the 40, and he's finally chopped down at the 41-yard line. So another gain of 4 yards for Saby is he's the one with the touchdown in this one.
3rd and 3 to go.
Inside now of 8.5 to go. Lyman taking their time between plays. And that's kind of what they do. They've got a big, strong offensive line. They can slow things down. They can move the ball slowly. It took up a good majority of that first quarter for Lyman to drive down on their touchdown drive. And they ended up scoring early in the second quarter. Here they are driving again with about 8 minutes to go until halftime. 3rd and 3 from the 41-yard line. Handoff up the gut, breaking free for a first down, and then some is Saby again. Gets down inside the 35 to what looks like the 33-yard line. Pickup of 12 on the run by Saby. 1st and 10 for the Eagles. They will be at the 33 in the middle of the field. Second quarter action, Big Country Properties presenting that. Make your real estate transactions simple and stress-free. You can call Big Country Properties at 307-782-3556. Inside of 7.5 to go, 1st and 10. Down at the 33-yard line for the Eagles. Smith takes the snap, fakes it to Saby, keeps it himself, trying to go to his right. Not much running room. He will actually use it or lose a yard on the play. Smith will. And so 2nd and 11 coming up.
Eric Martinez all on the tackle.
Second and 11 back at the 34-yard line for the Eagles. Up 10-0 on the Benedict Ace board in the Big Country Properties second quarter. Smith, shotgun look, got it back to his left. He will fake it there and then look to throw. Slings one over the middle, and a diving catch made by Jet Dickerson That will net about 6 yards for the Eagles. Actually, make it even more than that. That is a pickup of 8 down to the 26-yard line of Rawlins as Lyman continues to inch closer and closer to the red zone. It will be 3rd and 3 there. So another completion. That's 2 completions now for Smith. Got a pickup of 8 on that one as he connected with number 4, Jet Dickerson. Smith from the near hash now. He will just take it and run, lowers his shoulder, trying to get the first down, and he will by a yard. He crosses down inside the 25. They will mark him down at the 22. It's first down, Eagles. Good run of 4 yards to get the first down for Smith. Resets the chains. 5.5 to go in the Big Country Properties second quarter. Eagles trying to tack on to that 10-0 lead that sits on the Benedict Ace scoreboard at the moment. Still near hash. Smith this time with the running back to his right. That's Preston Brewer. He gives it to Brewer, trying to go off tackle. Brewer tripped up by the ankles as he picks up 3 yards down to the 19-yard line. Brewer was the starting running back, the first to go out there with the offense for the Eagles in this game, which is fitting because he's one of the seniors, and it is senior day for the Lyman Eagles. 10-0 Eagles, 5 minutes to go in the Big Country Properties second quarter. You're watching live on mylocalradio.com or listening live on KNYN 99.1. This will be 2nd and 7 now from the 19-yard line. Inside the red zone go the Eagles, and a timeout taken by Dale Anderson and his Lyman football team. 4:49 to go. It's 10-0. Lyman leads on the Benedict Ace board in the Big Country Properties and broker Bobby Dolezal in the Bridger Valley second quarter. This is the First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Eagle football. More after this.
Buying or selling is a simple process if you're working with the right real estate agent. This is Bobby Dalzall, broker with Big Country Properties. We have agents serving both Lincoln and Uintah counties that can assist you with all of your real estate needs. We are the top listing and selling brokerage in the Bridger Valley and strive to be honest, hardworking, and thorough. Whether buying or selling, we make it happen. Call us today at Big Country Properties, 307-782-3556.
Whatever. Back again, Lyman High School. A beautiful setting for some football and a beautiful evening for Week 1 action between the 2A Lyman Eagles and the 3A Rawlins Outlaws. This is 2nd and 7 from the Outlaw 19-yard line as the Eagles are driving. Smith at the driver's seat for the quarterback. Smith airs it out. End zone. Got a man. Diving catch. Did he get his feet in? Yes, he did. Touchdown, Eagles. Hauled in by McCoy Smith. Tack on another 6 for Lyman. Carter Smith to McCoy Smith. What a catch by McCoy. Laid out for that one in the back of the end zone, and Smith put it right where it needed to be. 19-yard touchdown strike. That's 2 touchdowns now. Excuse me, that's 1 touchdown. The first of the day for Smith. His second reception, however, of the day. Going for 2 again. This time it's Smith rolling out. He tried to find a crossing receiver. He was looking to go back to McCoy, and instead it was batted away. So the 2-point conversion is no good that time. 16-0 on the Benedict's Ace board as Lyman leads with 4:44 to go in this Big Country Properties second quarter. Man, Lyman on offense has looked really sharp, and they are up 16-0 on a team that is one division ahead of them in a non-conference game here in Week 1. The Lyman Eagles are 1-0 on the season after a win over Malad from last year, but what a start for this team, especially offensively. The run game has been going, well, since the opening kickoff, but the pass game has really picked up as of late, and capping off that drive with a 19-yard touchdown strike from Smith to Smith. Caleb to McCoy was, or Cardi to McCoy, I should say, was a fitting way to put the exclamation point on that drive, as now Carter Smith is 3 for 5 with a total of 34 yards to boot. All right, Saby will kick it away. Braxton Saby. 2 back deep for the Rawlins Outlaws, as they will look to set up a return here and try to get something going offensively of their own as they trail 16-0 on the Benedict Sace board in the second quarter, the Big Country Properties second quarter. Saby will kick it away. This is a line drive, spiraling kick that lands at the 20 and is fielded. Here comes Dean Henson up the far sideline. Henson across the 50. He is dragged down from behind at about the 40-yard or 49-yard line is where they'll mark him down, maybe even back at the 50. And so Dean Henson with a good return, and now the Outlaws have a little bit of momentum looking to answer after Lyman scores 16 consecutive points to start the game on offense. 1st and 10 from the 50-yard line for Rawlins as they go right to left in the all-white uniforms and the black helmets. This time they'll go shotgun look for the first time today as we see Ryan Flack take a few steps back. He's got a running back to his right, and now a timeout will be called as the Outlaws want to talk this thing over. It is 16-0 Lyman on the Benedict Sace board, and we're here in the Big Country Properties second quarter on a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Lyman Eagle football, presented by My Local Radio.
When do you schedule doctor appointments?
In bed before I fall asleep. In the car waiting to pick up my kids.
We can even do it after breakfast.
We all lead busy lives. Online appointment scheduling puts you in control. In just 90 seconds, you can make an appointment with a primary care provider or specialist at evanstonanytime.com. Select the day and time most convenient for you. Enter some basic information, and just like that, you're scheduled for care. Schedule appointments for next day and beyond at evanstonanytime.com.
Lyman leading 16-0, couple of touchdowns, one a touchdown run for Saby, and yet another a touchdown pass from Carter Smith to McCoy Smith. Brings up 1st and 10. The Smith brother connection nets another 6 points for the Eagles. They couldn't convert on the 2-point conversion, but they do have a solid lead for being 4:43 away from halftime as the Outlaws now go on offense. 1st and 10 from the 50. They're going with a different offense now, shotgun look, with a running back to the right of Frack. This time he throws it near side, connects with Elijah Kern on the screen pass. He slips inside. Flag is down as he crosses down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. But we'll wait and see on the yellow penalty marker, as for now, the Outlaws have had a big pickup of 7 or 8 down to the 42, it should be. But again, we're waiting on the flag. And I believe that's a tripping call against the Outlaws, and it will be a penalty of 15 yards. So it goes from being what would have been 2nd and 2 from the 42-yard line to now 1st and 25 from back at their own 35. So a tough penalty to swallow for Rawlins as they have some digging to do to get out of this one. 4:25 to go in the first half. 16-0 lead for Lyman on the Benedict Sace board. Ryan Flack again in the pistol. He's got trips to his left. We'll see if they go to the passing game again. Flack looking to throw quickly. They go screen again, right back to Kern, and Curtin is hit and brought down immediately by Hanson Bradshaw after a pickup of 2. Bradshaw coming from that defensive line. He read it perfectly, just floated out and made the tackle. So a pickup of 2 brings up 2nd and 23. As they move the ball up to the 37-yard line, their own 37 for the Rawlins Outlaws. Clock running down inside 4 minutes to go in the Big Country Properties second quarter. Brought to you by Big Country Properties and broker Bobby Dolzal in the Bridger Valley, 307-782-3556. Longer second quarter than the first. Flack from the shotgun, throwing to his right, and he had a bubble screen for a second, caught by Dean Henson, but brought down immediately. And a very, very good play by Preston Brewer, who seems to be sitting in the Outlaw offensive backfield before the play even started. Preston Brewer was all over it, moves him back down to the 25-yard line. It is 3rd and 20. Or 35, that is. 3rd and 35. Got to get to the Eagle 40-yard line for a first down. They are at their own 25. So 3rd and long would be an understatement. Flack airs it out deep downfield, And a good battle between Ashton Housekeeper and Dorian Medina. Housekeeper wins it, incomplete pass. And so it will be 4th and very long, and the Outlaws will punt again. Last time they had to punt, it was from their own end zone, resulted in a safety. So 3rd and 35 from their own 25. The punter standing back around his own 13-yard line. And now Housekeeper will be back deep for the Eagles, as this is a short pooch kick from Alan Ferrales, and it is mishandled at first by Housekeeper. Now he picks it up. Now Housekeeper has some running room, trying to come near sideline. He's brought down from behind, a shoestring tackle that makes him fall forward to the 46-yard line of Lyman. And that is where the Eagles will have to make a short drive in just 2:47 if they want to add some more points before halftime here in the Big Country Properties second quarter with broker Bobby Dolezal. Again, 2:47 to go in the second. 16-0 Lyman on the Benedict Ace board here on mylocalradio.com. 1st and 10 from the 46-yard line for the Eagles, and Carter Smith, who has run the ball well today with a total of around 30 yards. He has also passed the ball well with 34 yards in the air. He's in the shotgun. Not the only one in the backfield as he gives it to his backfield partner, Preston Brewer. Brewer finds a crease. Brewer down inside the Outlaw 30 as he hustles his way across midfield, and they will spot him down at exactly the 30-yard line. A big pickup for Brewer. And Preston Brewer from the 46 to the opposite 30. So a 24-yard gain, 1st and 10 there. Eagles go quickly, too quickly for Rawlins' likings. And it will be 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line after this timeout by Rawlins head coach Clayton McSpadden, is he didn't think his defense was set enough for that play. And this is an important drive here because if Lyman can add a few more points to a 16-0 lead that currently stands on the Benedict Ace board, that would be huge going into the half for this Eagles team. If Rawlins can get a stop, that would be plenty of momentum going into halftime as well. So this drive has all sorts of second half implications as we are 2 minutes and 27 seconds away from halftime on this first Bank of Wyoming presentation of Eagle football. These Lyman Eagles have looked really good in this first half. I think there's a lot to be happy about, but they want more before halftime, and so this drive continues. 1st and 10 from the Rawlins 30. Carter Smith in the shotgun. He's got Preston Brewer standing right to his left. 2 receivers out wide that way. He'll look to throw that way, and it's in and out of the hands of a wide-open Jet Dickerson. And it's unfortunate they couldn't connect on that one because Dickerson had some room to run if he was able to secure it. Instead, it's 2nd and 10. 3 of 6 now on the day is Carter Smith. He's looked good in the passing game. Put that one on the money, too. That was right in the hands of Jet Dickerson. So Smith has looked really good as far as trying to put the ball in the air. 2nd and 10, same hash mark. They will throw again. Smith looking the same way. This time he's got a wide open man over the middle. Touchdown, Eagles. How about the Smith-to-Smith connection for the second time? Instruments up, Eagles score again. Carter to McCoy. 22-zip Lyman on the Benedict Ace board. We said it, if they could score again before halftime, it'd be a lot of momentum going into that halftime locker room. And they went right back to that explosive connection. Carter to McCoy. 22-zip Lyman on the Benedict Ace board in the Big Country Properties with broker Bobby Dolezal second quarter. They line up to go for 2. Smith will have Brewer to his right now. Middle of the field, 2 receivers to each side. Balanced set for Lyman. They will throw. And it is an out route that is off of the hands of Alex Bradshaw. Was thrown a little behind him, and he just couldn't corral it. 2:14 to go here in the second quarter, presented by Big Country Properties and broker Bobby Dolezal. Make your real estate transactions simple and stress-free. Call Big Country Properties today, 307-782-3556. 2:14 to go. Lyman will kick off again as we play the fight song one more time. this has been quite the first half for the Eagle offense. And the offensive line has been a very, very big part of 3 really good, really complete drives for the Eagles thus far. And so Braxton Saby, the senior, will kick it away. So Saby will let this one fly. Got a slew of Outlaws back deep to return. It's a good kick that will drop down inside of the 20, and it will roll through into the end zone for a touchback. And as a high school coach, that's exactly what you want. Force the other team to start at their own 20, which is where Rawlins will go to work once again. They trail 22-0 on that Benedict's Ace board on mylocalradio.com and KNYN 99.1. So from the 20-yard line, we will see Flack and company one more time as the ball is in the middle of the field. 2 minutes, 14 seconds to go in this second quarter. Just moments away from halftime. We'll see what the Outlaws can do to try to add momentum. And now an official's timeout as the left shoulder pad of receiver Jaron Mascarenas for the Outlaws was sticking out from under the jersey, and the officials wanted to fix it first. So from the 20, the drive starts for Rawlins with just outside of 2 minutes to go. Flack has a little trouble with the snap, bobbles it, catches it. Now he's in trouble. Now he is spun down. That is the 5th sack of the day for the Eagle defense, and that time getting in on the fun was number 72 for the Eagles. Big sack. And it was Rowe with the sack for the Eagles, I believe. 1:45 to go. That sack moves the Outlaws all the way back down inside the 10, spotted at the 8-yard line, so 2nd and 18 as they have to get to the 30. Excuse me, 2nd and 22. Henson, Dean Henson, gets the handoff, and he loses a few more yards back to the 5-yard line. They've got to get to the 30 for a first down, so it goes from 2nd and 22 to 3rd and 25. A whole host of blue jerseys were in the backfield to bring down Henson. Approaching about 70 seconds left in this Big Country Properties second quarter. We're going to go into halftime, and if Rawlins can come up with a big play here, it would be plenty of momentum, but the Lyman defense has been standing real tall thus far. Inside of a minute to go. Flack now goes under center as they're backed up against their own goal line. This handoff off tackle near side will net about a yard. Braxton Saby was there. And now Rawlins will have to punt, and they'll leave a little time on the clock as well as a timeout is taken by the Eagles, and Dale Anderson says he wants to give his offense a shot at the end of this Big Country Properties second quarter. 35 seconds to go in the first half. Rawlins will punt as they face a long 4th and 24. The ball will be spotted at the 6, so that will put the punter at about his own goal line. 22-0 on the Benedict's Ace board. 35 seconds to go in the Big Country Properties second quarter. And we're going to see the Eagle offense with maybe a couple shots to the end zone. Not sure what their plan is. But they do know one thing. If they can force Rawlins to have to take that punt instead of just letting the second quarter expire, well, that at least opens up some different opportunities for the Eagles. As the Rawlins Outlaws gave up a safety just 2 punt attempts ago. So on to punt it away is going to be Alan Ferralis. Housekeeper is deep. Ferralis to his right. This is a high punt. It doesn't go too far. It will stay on the Rawlins half of the field, and it will be downed at around the 30, first touched by Josh Smith. And so Rawlins will be just 30 yards out of the end zone with 28 seconds to work with here in the second quarter. The Big Country Properties and broker Bobby Dolezal second quarter. 1st and 10 from the 30 for the Eagle offense. We'll see if they want to risk it, put the ball in the air a little bit, or if maybe they want to go with just a little bit more conservative approach. I will tell you this much, though. Carter Smith and McCoy Smith are both on the field. Smith at quarterback in the shotgun. He's got Saby to his left. McCoy Smith is split out to the left on that far side of the field. Carter Smith will throw. He rolls to his right, and it is almost intercepted off the face mask of Dean Henson, who we've called his name a lot. He's a big contributor for the Outlaws, and it is 2nd down and 10 as the Eagles can take a deep breath and a sigh of relief as well. We'll see if Anderson decides to continue to throw the ball even after that scare, which was almost an interception for Henson. He had almost nobody in front of him, too. It was just green grass between him and the opposite end zone. But instead it's 2nd and 10, and Carter Smith might be a little more careful with what he does with the ball. And that's a teaching moment, too, for Dale Anderson. He can tell Carter, he can say, hey, man, if we're up 22-0, getting near halftime, and you don't have a throw that you like, you can just throw it away. Get out of the pocket, and you can throw it out of bounds. So Smith, pistol look, he is back to pass. He will air it out for McCoy. McCoy is running, and it's just too far out of his reach. Carter led him by maybe a step or two too much, and it's 3rd and 10 with 17 seconds left in the Big Country Properties second quarter. Third and 10. A couple more tries to the end zone, I believe, will be available to the Eagles. Smith in trouble. He breaks free. Smith will fire it, and it is through the hands of another Rawlins defender. That time it was Jaron Mascarenas who got his mitts on it. They were trying to go to Ashton Housekeeper on a deep post route. So this is 4th and 10 now for the Eagles. And a timeout will be called now by Rawlins. So with 11.4 on the clock here in the first half. Watching live on mylocalradio.com, listening on KNYN 99.1. My name is Cullen Holt. Could not be more thankful for you tuning in. So it'll be 4th and 10, and it'll be interesting to see what they do here. Because they have a few options. They could try to go to the end zone again, but that might leave some time on the clock, although Rawlins could, in fact, call another timeout. I believe they have one left. I knew a football coach back in the day who, instead of punting it in situations like this, they would just throw it up and let the other team intercept it and then just tackle them, which would, in essence, be just a controlled punt. Smith is going to try to take another shot to the end zone. He doesn't have enough time as he is brought down about 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage, and that will give Rawlins the ball back with about 7 seconds left. So Rawlins will have it as that sack pushed the Eagles back to about the Outlaws' 37. There will be 1st and 10 for Rawlins. We'll see if they want to just take a knee and go to halftime or if they want to try to take a shot here. So Flack will be under center. He's got a modified I formation behind him. Flack, handoff, and that one is right up the gut for Henson. And the ball came out. The Eagles have it, and the clock is stopped at 2.6 seconds to go in the Big Country Properties second quarter. Just when you thought the Eagles might be done on offense in this first half, they get yet another chance. Henson got the handoff. The ball squirted loose, and the Eagles jumped on it immediately. 1st and 10. We'll see if Smith just wants to run out this second quarter or if he wants to go to the end zone again. Smith fires one. He connects with Jet Dickerson as he works his way down to about the 20-yard line, and that is going to do it for the first half and the Big Country Properties and broker Bobby Dolezal second quarter. And it was a big first half for the Lyman Eagles. They lead 22-0 on that Benedict's ace board, and they have a lot to smile about, but there will be 24 minutes to play in the second half too, so lots of work to do. The Lyman Eagles with a very strong first half. Big Country Properties serving clients in both Uinta and Lincoln counties. They are the top listing and selling brokerage in the Bridger Valley. Whether you're looking to buy or sell property, call Bobby Dolzal today, 307-782-3556. That's Big Country Properties. You are tuned into a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Eagle football online at mylocalradio.com and on the radio, KNYN 99.1. I'm Cullen, Holt. We'll have the halftime show for you next. 22-0, Lyman leads on the Benedict's Ace board.
Buying or selling is a simple process if you're working with the right real estate agent. This is Bobby Dalzall, broker with Big Country Properties. We have agents serving both Lincoln and Uintah counties that can assist you with all of your real estate needs. We are the top listing and selling brokerage in the Bridger Valley and strive to be honest, hardworking, and thorough. Whether buying or selling, we make it happen. Call us today at Big Country Properties, 307-782-3556.
Whether it's moving or at home or moving from your day, truck, semi, or SUV. The answer is yes. Tires, yes. All vehicles, ATVs, semis, and more. That turns out to the 24-hour towing service for everything the life you need. There's more for hours here, franchise service in Lyman. Whatever you need, it's right for you to do. 307-787-3470. That's franchise business in Lyman. 307-787-3470.
A common thread, no matter where you live in Wyoming, is that if you're heading somewhere, it's probably going to be a while until you get there. A lot can go wrong on these long road trips across this great state. If you ever find yourself broken down on the side of the road, it's time to call Glade Erickson at Bridger Valley Motor to come and pick you up, day or night. Bridger Valley Motor offers 24-hour towing services. If you need a tow, you need to call Glade on his cell phone at 307-780-3280. Bridger Valley Motor is here to pick you up if your lift ever lets you down. 307-780-3280.
Signage is a critical part of your business. It helps customers find your front door. Rocky Mountain Sign will provide you with expertly designed signs, LEDs, channel letters, as well as skillfully cut signage using wood, metal, plastic, and other mediums to help your customers find you with high-quality signage. Using the best technology, designs, and installation by Rocky Mountain Sign. Your signage says a lot about your business. Work with the professionals at Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street in Evanston, Wyoming.
And there you can see the Lyman cheer team. It is senior day for them as well. And they had a real nice performance here live on mylocalradio.com. This is the Eagle Football Halftime Show. It is 22-0 at the half on the Benedict's Ace scoreboard as the Lyman Eagles lead in this one. A very strong offensive performance in that first half. The offensive line led the way, and they had a couple of really long, sustained, and just very impressive drives. And touchdowns, two of them from Smith to Smith. Carter found McCoy twice for two separate touchdowns, and then Saby also had a touchdown run for the Eagles, and they are 1 for 3 on two-point conversion attempts as well. So that's the Lyman offense with what was just a very, very strong offensive first half. And I believe that receiving now, McCoy Smith has, well, close to almost 70 yards now. He should have about 56 yards receiving, and real good passing. Unofficially, Carter Smith is 4 of 7 with 2 passing touchdowns as well, both to McCoy Smith. So he's done a very good job of being accurate and also having some good pocket presence as well, as he has escaped some pressures. And the Eagles just continue to chip away. Rawlins, on the other hand, they showed some good flashes on defense, including a sack towards the end of that second quarter to push the Eagles backward. But offensively, they have been struggling to get it going. They tried 2 different offensive looks, including going under center with their starting quarterback, Ryan Flack, and they also tried a more pistol look with him in the shotgun backed away from the center as well. So Ryan Flack has been the field general for the Rawlins Outlaws thus far, but can't say enough good things about this Lyman offensive line in that first half, especially on senior day, with so many of them being seniors and the senior quarterback having a good day thus far as well. So if they were to continue this strong offensive performance, I think Dale Anderson would be pretty happy, as this offensive line, which he likes to hang his hat on, has played very well in the first half, and the offense behind them has benefited from it in spades. Lyman leading 22-0 on the Eagle Football Halftime Show. This is a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Eagle Football. We're live on mylocalradio.com for the video stream. On the radio, you can hear us on KNYN 99.1, and wherever you are tuning in, I appreciate you doing so. My name is Cullen Holt, and this is My Local Radio. The Halftime Show continues next.
America keeps moving, and Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to help you keep rolling. Whether you need a brand new vehicle or service on one you already own, Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to lend a helping hand. Our certified mechanics are knowledgeable, and our sales team takes the time to get to know you and what your needs are. Stop in today, Auto Farm Chevrolet, 624 Front Street, Evanston. Evanston's community-driven dealer.
When you're looking for one location that is centrally located in Wyoming to host a business meeting or corporate retreat, always consider the Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper first. With meeting rooms and amenities that everyone can enjoy at the Come On In is the best place to host events. The rustic decor, fireplaces, jacuzzis, pool, and large indoor atrium will make your event memorable. Call today and find out the ways we can help make your event a success. Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper. Call 307-472-6300.
Well, the Eagles have a lot to smile about at halftime. They lead 22-0 at the half on the Benedict's Ace scoreboard. And Lyman has looked really sharp. A few of the statistics from this first half action between the Bridger Valley Motors and the Big Country Properties first and second quarters. Again, 4 for 7 with, well, close to 70 yards. It was Carter Smith at quarterback. 3 receptions for 2 touchdowns and 56 yards is McCoy Smith. And Saby with a rushing touchdown. He has tacked on over 40 yards rushing in that first half. Those are all unofficial stats right here on mylocalradio.com. But again, a very strong first half for this Lyman team. They're coming off of a big road win at Malad, Idaho, and they're looking to go 2-0, but they're going to need a strong second half effort. And you heard it in the pregame show if you were tuned in. Coach Anderson was talking about that win over Malad. He said this is a team that started really strong, and then they kind of hit a little bit of a lull. They can't do that in the second half against this Rawlins team, because we know from history, especially under Coach McSpadden, that this team can play, and especially when they get the passing game going, they can be dangerous. And so Lyman's going to have to keep their foot on the gas pedal as much as possible going into this third quarter here. But again, 22-0 is the score. Lyman leads on the Benedict's Ace scoreboard. Some offensive highlights from Preston Brewer, McCoy Smith, Braxton Saby, and then Carter Smith, the quarterback, with a good day both rushing and passing. And his offensive line has kept him pretty safe, only 1 sack allowed, whereas the Lyman defense has racked up 6 sacks and a forced fumble with a fumble recovery to tack onto it as well. We're about 5 minutes away from the start of the second half here on mylocalradio.com. We'll step aside, and when we come back, we'll talk about what's coming up next in Bridger Valley Athletics. My name is Cullen Holt. This is a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Eagle football on mylocalradio.com and KNYN 99.1.
America keeps moving, and Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to help you keep rolling. Whether you need a brand new vehicle or service on one you already own, Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to lend a helping hand. Our certified mechanics are knowledgeable, and our sales team takes the time to get to know you and what your needs are. Stop in today, Auto Farm Chevrolet, 624 Front Street, Evanston. Evanston's community-driven dealer.
Your mobility affects every aspect of your life. When you suffer from an injury that decreases your mobility, or maybe you're just noticing that you're having a harder time balancing and your flexibility isn't what it used to be, call Randy Christofferson at Achieve Sports Medicine. Randy will work with you to improve your overall health by reducing pain and improving mobility. Schedule your appointment today by calling 307-747-4627. Achieve Sports Medicine in Lyman. No excuses, just results.
This First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Bridger Valley Sports, also brought to you in part by Freeway Tire. With a friendly and knowledgeable staff, quick and dependable service, and great prices come together. Call Freeway Tire at 307-789-8632. And by Hoover Chiropractic. Dr. Todd Hoover does all of the chiropractic work you need, as well as blood work, dietary supplements, a weight loss program, x-rays, and can help you get rid of migraines and allergies. Call Hoover Chiropractic at 307-789-0043.
Evanston Regional Hospital is an affiliate of the University of Utah Health. Our partnership builds on a long tradition of collaboration between Evanston Regional Hospital and University of Utah Health. Inside these doors, our dedicated staff is committed to being your caring partner in your healthcare journey. Whether you need an MRI or surgery, are expecting a new baby, or you're having a heart attack, Evanston Regional Hospital is here to help. Evanston Regional Hospital. Healing begins here.
This is Lyman Football, live on mylocalradio.com and KNYN 99.1. Inside of 3 minutes to go until halftime. The Lyman Eagles leading 22-0 on the Benedict's Ace scoreboard as we're in the Eagle Football halftime show. The Eagles in the blue jerseys and the blue helmets, the white pants, they are out there getting warmed up. As Coach Dale Anderson, you can see him standing at about the 40-yard line if you're watching on mylocalradio.com. He is talking on his headset with his coordinators, getting things ready for improvements in the second half, although that first half looked pretty good for Lyman. 2 touchdown passes from Carter Smith to McCoy Smith, and a touchdown run for Braxton Saby as well. That was in the first quarter, and that was the first touchdown for Lyman. So they lead 22-0 on that Benedict's Ace scoreboard. This is a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Lyman Eagle football. When we come back, we will have that third quarter for you, and we'll start the second half as the Eagles look to continue what's been a strong game for them thus far.
A common thread, no matter where you live in Wyoming, is that if you're heading somewhere, it's probably going to be a while until you get there. A lot can go wrong on these long road trips across this great state. If you ever find yourself broken down on the side of the road, it's time to call Glade Erickson at Bridger Valley Motor to come and pick you up, day or night. Bridger Valley Motor offers 24-hour towing services. If you need a tow, you need to call Glade on his cell phone at 307-780-3280. Bridger Valley Motor is here to pick you up if your lift ever lets you down. 307-780-3280.
Buying or selling is a simple process if you're working with the right real estate agent. This is Bobby Dalzall, broker with Big Country Properties. We have agents serving both Lincoln and Uinta counties that can assist you with all of your real estate needs. We are the top listing and selling brokerage in the Bridger Valley and strive to be honest, hardworking, and thorough. Whether buying or selling, we make it happen. Call us today at Big Country Properties, 307-782-3556.
Signage is a critical part of your business. It helps customers find your front door. Rocky Mountain Sign will provide you with expertly designed signs, LEDs, channel letters, as well as skillfully cut signage using wood, metal, plastic, and other mediums to help your customers find you with high-quality signage. Using the best technology, designs, and installation by Rocky Mountain Sign. Your signage says a lot about your business. Work with the professionals at Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street in Evanston, Wyoming.
Whether it's new windows at home or new business in your town, truck, semi, or SUV. Broadcast Isaac. Tires? Yes. All vehicles, ATVs, semis, and more. Broadcast offers a 24-hour towing service for everything that's the smoke. There's more, so always call Broadcast Glass and Lyman. Whatever you need, it's likely they can help. 207-787-3450. That's Broadcast Glass in Lyman. 207-787-3450.
Lyman football continues. We're getting closer and closer to the start of the second half as we approach the third quarter. The Lyman Eagles football team in action on a Thursday evening against Rawlins. Lyman volleyball will go to work on Saturday at the Evanston Duels. They will play 3 games, 2 pool play games, and then a placement game, whether that be for 5th place, 3rd place, or 1st place of those Evanston Duels. We will have every single game live from the Evanston Duels on mylocalradio.com, as well as live on the radio on either KNYN or KADQ. Every single game will be on the radio for Lyman and Mountain View as well. So the Lyman Eagle volleyball team has a big day on Saturday as they went to the Star Valley Duels just a week ago from Saturday. And they ended up going 2-1 at those invitational games. And so Lyman volleyball off to a good start. Bryce Hansen had a real good game, as did Brooklyn Walker, the setter. So Charles E. Rose was playing well. So I encourage you, if you're a Lyman Eagle fan, tune in on Saturday to the Evanston Duels on mylocalradio.com, as we've got a big day of volleyball, and the Lyman Eagles will be right there in the thick of it with pool play games for them at 9 and 11 a.m. They'll take on Evanston first and then switch over to another matchup. Lyman will kick it away as we get set to start the Bradshaw's Glass third quarter. My name is Cullen Holt, and you're tuned in to a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Lyman Eagle football. Put 12 more minutes on the clock for this third quarter. 22-0. Lyman leads on the Benedict's Ace board. And so the Eagles will have an onside kick here to start the third quarter, the Bradshaw's Glass third quarter. And it is the Outlaws who jump on it at the 49-yard line. So Rawlins will be on offense first after the Eagles received the opening kickoff. And they will start from their own 49-yard line. The Outlaws will after that onside kick. I believe that was Kais Herdsman, so he might be their short distance guy for the kickoff game. This is 1st and 10 from the 49-yard line. Flack goes under center now. He's got 3 in the backfield to his left. They overload that side. Flack calls out the orders. Now a little bit of a misdirection play. The ball might have popped loose. Lyman says they have it, and they do. And the Eagles with their second takeaway of the day. And Lyman off to a good start to start this Bradshaw's Glass third quarter. 1st and 10 from the 50. Rawlins tried to get fancy and just have Flack stand there and wait for the right running back to come. A little bit of a misdirection right by the center, and Lyman wasn't fooled at all. They forced a fumble, and they recover it, their second takeaway of the day, and now Carter Smith on with the Lyman offense. Hands it off to Preston Brewer, who squirts forward for a pickup of 8 out near the first down marker and down to the Rawlins 42. Brings up 2nd and 2, gain of 8 for Preston Brewer. That's 26 yards now for Brewer on the day. 2nd and 2 from the 42. Smith again in the shotgun. This time Brewer switches over to his right side. Look out, there's McCoy. And Carter Smith will keep it for himself. 1st down and then some. Churning down inside the 30, down to the 28-yard line.
16-yard run for Smith. For another Lyman 1st down.
So 1st and 10 down to the 28-yard line of Rawlins as these Eagles are driving again, and Carter Smith is leading them down there. Preston Brewer is to his right near hash snap as we are down to inside of 11 minutes to go. Smith hands it off. Preston Brewer near sideline. Down near the 10-yard line. He's pushed out of bounds on the near side. First down for the Eagles as they keep moving the chains. So we're here in this third quarter. 1st and 10. Down to the 10-yard line. They hand it off. Smith gives it. And up the middle for just a couple of yards is going to be Brewer as well. 2nd and 8 coming. From right on that 10-yard line, got to get down to the 2 for a first down. They are inside the red zone on the near hash. Smith and Brewer in the backfield. Smith calling for the shotgun snap. He's going to get it, fakes it to Brewer. This time Smith keeps it himself. 10-5, pylon, he dives, and he will be just short down to the 1-yard line, but that should be a first down, and it'll be 1st and goal for the Eagles. So Preston Brewer has found himself a little bit of a rhythm running out of the backfield for the Eagles. He rattled off a real long 30-yard run just a few moments ago along that near side. And now he is standing to the right of Smith in the backfield near hash. 1st and goal from the from the 1-yard line. This time they hand it off to Saby, and Saby sneaks into the end zone. Touchdown, Eagles. And what a way to start this Bradshaw's Glass third quarter. They force a fumble, they drive it the 50 yards necessary to get another 6, and we'll add that to the Benedict's Ace scoreboard here on mylocalradio.com and K9 Radio. Another 6 points for Lyman, and they will go for 2 as per usual. This time ball in the middle of the field. They will motion a man across as hustling over is Rome Meckham. Smith, snap, got a man motioning all the way across. Smith fakes the handoff there. He lunges for the goal line, and he's going to be stopped just shy as Ryan Flack, who plays quarterback on offense for the Outlaws, was the first to hit him and bring him down. 28-0 Lyman on the Benedict's Ace board on a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Lyman Eagle football.
Whether it's new windows at home or new lights in your car, truck, semi, or SUV, Bradshaw's has it. Tires, yes, all vehicles, ATVs, semis, or more. Bradshaw's offers a 24-hour towing service for everything you need for snow. There's more, so always get Bradshaw's has it for you. Whatever you need, it's right where they can help. 307-787-3450. That's Bradshaw's business online. 307-787-3450.
Live from Lyman High School, the Eagles have a commanding 28-0 lead over the Outlaws from Rawlins High School on that Benedict's Ace scoreboard. Live on My Local Radio. Saby will kick it away after Saby scored his second touchdown of the day from 1 yard out. He will give it away to Rawlins as they try some misdirection on the fake, on the kick return, and they left the ball behind, and somehow the Outlaws with Alan Ferralis was able to fall on it back at the 12-yard line. So with 9:30 to go in this Bradshaw's Glass third quarter, the Outlaws avoid a disaster on the kick return. They were trying to get fancy with it, and they just couldn't complete the trick play. So now from their own 12-yard line, they start with 1st and 10, trailing 28-0 to Lyman on the Benedict's Ace board. So Flack will be under center. Flack with a running back in the far eye behind him. They pitch it that way to the far side. Running with it is Dean Henson, and Henson will lose yardage. He is spun down after a loss of about 3 yards. And the Eagles' defense swarming in the backfield. Braxton Saby seems to be involved, as was MJ Richardson. A big thank you to all of our sponsors who make these broadcasts possible. Wouldn't be able to bring you the coverage that we do on My Local Radio without them. And that includes Bradshaw's Glass, the presenting sponsor of this third quarter. Flack back to pass. He escapes out of some pressure. Ball came out after he went down. He was able to get a couple of yards. That brings him near the original line of scrimmage, back near that 12-yard line, and it will be 3rd and long, as that was actually a bigger gain than 3 yards as they moved the ball all the way up to near the 14-yard line, it looks like. So from the 14, it should be 3rd and 9 for the Outlaws from Rawlins. Again, this is the Bradshaw's Glass third quarter. Whatever you need, Bradshaw's can most likely provide it, whether it's glass or any other car needs for your SUV, truck, or even sedan. Maybe you've got a semi that you need taken care of. Bradshaw's can probably do it for you as the timeout is taken there before 3rd and 9 for this Rawlins team back at their own 13-yard line. 8:12 to go in the Bradshaw's Glass third quarter. And again, we talked about how Lyman was afraid of hitting a lull after a strong start, which is kind of what happened in a win over Malad. And so at halftime, we said these Lyman Eagles have got to come out strong. They've got to keep their foot on the gas pedal. While they did just that, they forced a fumble, recovered it, and then from the 50-yard line, they marched all the way down, and then a 1-yard touchdown run by Braxton Saby capped it off. And here we sit with a 28-0 Lyman lead on the Benedict's ace board. Shotgun look again for Rawlins. 3rd and 9 from their own 13. 3 receivers to the near side, and a flag flies at the snap. And this is going to be a false start going against the Outlaws, and that hurts them just a little bit, especially since they went with a bit of a different play, and they went shotgun with trips to the near side. They were going to try to air it out, and now that gives Dale Anderson some time to adjust defensively, and he's telling his free safety, who is Alex Bradshaw, to back up a little bit more because now they, in essence, kind of know what's coming. So Flack now facing 3rd and 14 from back inside of his own 10, and a flag at the snap. Again, another false start or illegal motion against the Rawlins Outlaws. So back another 5 yards. This should put him down to about the 4-yard line, I believe, as they march out the 5 yards of penalty. And it'll be 3rd and 19 for Rawlins. And if the Eagles can get a stop here, they would be looking at pretty good field position off of a potential punt from Rawlins. But first they've got to stop him on 3rd and 19. Flack back to pass, looking to his left. He connects with a man over there. He gets to the original line of scrimmage, the first stick, and he falls forward to about the 15-yard line. That'll bring up 4th and 8 for this Rawlins team. And Rawlins now has a decision to make. It looks like they're going to punt, as standing behind the center is Alan Ferralis. And so back goes Housekeeper. Ashton Housekeeper will stand at his own 40, as we've seen that Ferralis has a pretty good kicking leg. This is a high arcing snap, and Ferralis on a fake punt trying to run it. He is dragged down by Preston Brewer. And the Eagles sniffed it out the whole way. And on 4th down, the fake punt doesn't work for the Outlaws. And the Eagles come up with a huge stop and now have some fantastic field position as they will set up shop at the 9-yard line of Rawlins. And Carter Smith jogs onto the field to lead his Eagles, looking to add to that 28-0 lead on the Benedict's ace board right here in this Bradshaw's Glass third quarter. Whatever you need, Bradshaw's Glass probably has it. From the middle of the field at the 9-yard line, they snap it to Smith. They hand it off to Saby. Saby off tackle left side. He sneaks into the end zone. That's another 6 for the Eagles. So touchdown Lyman. They'll go for 2 again. Add that to the Benedict's ace board. 34-0. Lyman leads with 7:21 to go in the Bradshaw's Glass third quarter. Carter Smith runs out there with the play for the Eagles. They break the huddle. The lineup from the 3 going for 2 once again. They are now 1 for 3 or 1 for 4 on these 2-point conversions. Make it 1 for 5 as they handed it off right up the gut. They gave the ball to Chevy Fackrell, and he couldn't get it. Brought down and met by Josh Smith. We take a break with the Eagles leading 34-0 in the Bradshaw's Glass third quarter on the Benedict A scoreboard. This is a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Lyman Eagle football.
Your mobility affects every aspect of your life. When you suffer from an injury that decreases your mobility, or maybe you're just noticing that you're having a harder time balancing and your flexibility isn't what it used to be, call Randy Christofferson at Achieve Sports Medicine. Randy will work with you to improve your overall health by reducing pain and improving mobility. Schedule your appointment today by calling 307-747-4627. Achieve Sports Medicine in Lyman. No excuses, just results.
America keeps moving, and Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to help you keep rolling. Whether you need a brand new vehicle or service on one you already own, Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to lend a helping hand. Our certified mechanics are knowledgeable, and our sales team takes the time to get to know you and what your needs are. Stop in today, Auto Farm Chevrolet, 624 Front Street, Evanston. Evanston's community-driven dealer.
Big thank you to Bradshaw's Glass for presenting this third quarter. One of our many fine sponsors, Bradshaw's Glass. Whatever you need for your car, they likely have it. This is a pooch kick to start off with 7:20 to go in the third quarter, and it's a scrum down inside of the 30-yard line. They'll spot it at around the 35, and that's where the Rawlins Outlaws will go to work, trailing 34-0 on the Benedict Ace board as the Lyman Eagles have a commanding lead outside of 7 minutes to go in the Bradshaw's Glass third quarter. And so it is from the 25-yard line that these Outlaws will go to work with Ryan Flack at quarterback, looking for their first points of the day. So Flack under center, turns and hands off directly behind him. And it's Mascarenas who is stopped after a gain of 1, 2nd and 9. It was close to no gain, maybe got half a yard on it. And Chevy Fackrell was there on the stop for the Eagles. We'll see where they spot the ball. His forward progress was stopped after a gain of close to 1. It's going to be about a half a yard. So we'll call it 2nd and 9 from just beyond the 25-yard line. Got to get to the 35 for a first down. And Flack goes under center again. Again with the heavy backfield. He's got 3 back there with him and 1 dotting the I directly behind him. This time he'll pass. He's got a little bit of time as he steps up. Slings it out to the near side. Mitchell Allard makes the catch. And holding on for dear life is Saby. He makes the tackle for the Eagles as the Outlaws move the ball up past the 30-yard line to the 31 and set up 3rd and 4. So 3rd and manageable here for Rawlins. A great atmosphere here at Lyman High School. Very good crowd on hand. So Flack under center, 3rd and 4 from the 31-yard line. This is a delayed handoff. They were trying to give it to what looks like Ezra Archuleta. And the Eagles come up with a big stop, and Morgan Hatch got his nose in on that play, it looked like. Morgan Hatch is a freshman. So the youngsters getting in on the fun here as they move the Outlaws back inside the 30 to the 29-yard line, 4th and 6. And for the moment, the offense is staying out there and they are huddling up. That'll cause Housekeeper to move up, and now they will punt. So instead of Housekeeper, switching places with him is Alex Bradshaw. as Ferralis will punt it away. Ferralis gets the snap, and this is a line drive kick that is blocked. It is actually fielded by Housekeeper on the near side. Housekeeper cuts it back. Housekeeper moving to his right. He's got a block, and Housekeeper gets down inside the 25 before being dragged down from behind by Cole Porter. But how about Housekeeper with a heads-up play off the block? He fields it and then works his way across the field to pick up some positive yardage for the Eagles, or positive yardage, that is. And they will set up shop 1st and 10 from that 24-yard line. So the Eagles offense, even though they're playing exceptionally well, the defense and special teams have given them strong field position after strong field position and really set them up for success. First and 10 from the 24. Got a receiver split out wide each side. 2 in the backfield. They will hand it off to the right of Smith. This is Brewer. Loses his helmet, and a flag comes flying in. Wouldn't be surprised if it was a face mask, as Brewer fights his way forward for 3 yards. And so Brewer comes to the sideline by rule. He has to wait 1 play before returning. But Brewer, he gets 3 yards. He's got a touchdown now. And it is going to be a face mask going against the Outlaws. So that will help Lyman's field position just that much more. Move the ball all the way up to that 10-yard line now for the Eagles. So Smith with Saby, hands it off to Saby. Saby hit immediately, slips 1 tackle, and works his way forward for a gain of a couple down to the 8-yard line. 2nd and goal there for the Eagles as they are inside the red zone and driving. 4:25 to go in this Bradshaw's Glass third quarter. Lyman leading 34 to nothing on the Bradshaw's Ace scoreboard. Benedict's Ace scoreboard. And 2nd and goal from the 8-yard line. Timeout coming from Rawlins. 4:12 to go. We'll take a timeout as well. This is a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Lyman Eagle football on mylocalradio.com and K9 Radio.
Your mobility affects every aspect of your life. When you suffer from an injury that decreases your mobility, or maybe you're just noticing that you're having a harder time balancing and your flexibility isn't what it used to be, call Randy Christofferson at Achieve Sports Medicine. Randy will work with you to improve your overall health by reducing pain and improving mobility. Schedule your appointment today by calling 307-747-4627. Achieve Sports Medicine in Lyman. No excuses, just results.
Lyman with 2nd and goal from the 8-yard line. That's Carter Smith in the backfield with Saby to his left. Smith will throw, screen pass, far side. Bradshaw has it. He is working his way down to the 5-yard line before finally being tackled. It's a pickup of 3 on the pass to Bradshaw. And that's Bradshaw's first reception. Another completed pass for Carter Smith. He is now over 50% passing today. 3rd and goal from the 5-yard line. Big thank you to Bradshaw's Glass for sponsoring this third quarter and for being a wonderful sponsor for My Local Radio. Whatever car needs you might have, Bradshaw's can most likely take care of it, so check them out. That's Smith firing it near side this time to the other Smith, McCoy. On the screen pass, he is wrestled down by Mario Guerrero. And so it'll be 4th and goal from the 5-yard line. As McCoy Smith was trying to get the edge and head to the pylon, but a real good strong tackle by Mario Guerrero. And that was a fumble, so they are going to call that a fumble. Initially, the referee said he was down, and another referee with a better angle came in at the last second to say that was a fumble, and Rawlins comes with their first takeaway of the game. And now that they have a break, we'll see if they can drive all the way the other way. 94 yards to go as they start from their own 6 with 1st and 10 there. Flack goes under center from the middle of the field. 1st and 10 from his own 6-yard line. pitches it to the goal line where Henson has it, and Henson squirts ahead for a pickup of about 9 yards. He will get out to the 15-yard line, bring up 2nd and 1 for the Rawlins Outlaws. Second and 1 there at the 15-yard line. Flack with the snap, handoff directly behind him, go right back to Henson, and a shoestring tackle as he falls forward for a first down across the 15, out to the 17-yard line, moves the chains for Rawlins. So with 1:47 to go in this Bradshaw's Glass third quarter, Rawlins has strung together a few good offensive plays now. And Flack goes under center from the near hash. This is 1st and 10 from the 17-yard line. Hands it off and driving the legs all the way up to the 25-yard line is Ezra Archuleta, and Fackrell with the tackle for the Eagles. That's an 8-yard gain, brings up 2nd and 2 out to the 25-yard line. Rawlins on their own half of the field. They are moving the ball with some regularity now. Still near hash, Flack under center. He's got a running back flanking to his right and one directly behind him as well. Takes the snap, hands off to the one that was flanking to his right. It was Archuleta, and an immediate tackle by the big man, Briggs Richards, who was right there waiting for him in the gap. 3rd and 2 coming up now from the 25. So an awesome tackle from Richards. Lyman holding on to that 34-0 lead on the Benedict Ace board here in the third quarter as the clock gets down to near 35 seconds to go in the Bradshaw's Glass third. Speaking of third, it is 3rd and 2 to go for Rawlins from their own 25-yard line. Flack under center, near hash, hard count, snap, handoff, Henson. He lunges forward, the ball is loose, and Lyman has it again. Another takeaway for the Eagles. They'll have 1st and 10. The offense runs out there with 13.8 to go in the Bradshaw's Glass third quarter. 1st and 10 from the 27-yard line. And now the Eagles have their 3rd takeaway of the game. Forced fumble, fumble recovered. That has been the story so far for this Lyman Eagle defense. Again, 13.8 to go in the Bradshaw's Glass third quarter as Carter Smith runs out there with the offense for the Eagles. They lead 34-0 already on the Benedict Ace board over Rawlins. Smith, shotgun. That is Saby to his left. Handoff Saby. Saby's got a little running room at the line of scrimmage. Crosses the 25 down inside of the 25 to the 23. That is a pickup of about 5 yards. And so from the 27 down to officially, they will spot it at the 23. So it's a pickup of 4 for Saby, and that will spell an end to this Bradshaw's Glass third quarter. 34-0 on the Benedict Ace board. The Lyman Eagles offense has been putting on a show thus far on a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Lyman Eagle football.
The best place to stay when you're in Casper, Wyoming is the Come On In Hotel and Suites. This beautiful log hotel offers 5 hot tubs, 1 pool, a fitness center, and fabulous indoor atrium. Offering jacuzzi and fireplace suites, the guest rooms are comfortable and relaxing. Plus, every stay includes a delicious extended continental breakfast. Whenever you're in Casper, stay at the best place. Come On In Hotel and Suites. Come on in today. Come On In Hotel and Suites, Casper. Evanston Regional Hospital is an affiliate of the University of Utah Health. Our partnership builds on a long tradition of collaboration between Evanston Regional Hospital and University of Utah Health. Inside these doors, our dedicated staff is committed to being your caring partner in your healthcare journey. Whether you need an MRI or surgery, are expecting a new baby, or you're having a heart attack, Evanston Regional Hospital is here to help. Evanston Regional Hospital. Healing begins here.
Eagles working in Rawlins territory. That was a good run for Lyman. As carrying the rock was Preston Brewer. That's a first down for the Eagles. Move the ball down inside the 15-yard line and spot it at the 13. First and 10 there for Lyman as they lead 35-0 on the Benedict's Ace board here on My Local Radio. We move into the fourth quarter now, 11:30 to go. They go right back to Brewer. He's got running room up the middle. That is a pickup of 9. All the way down to around the 5-yard line now. They will spot it at what looks like right at the 5, where it will be 2nd and 1 there. Got to get to the 4 for that first down. We are in the fourth quarter now. Big thank you to Bradshaw's Glass for sponsoring that third quarter. Whatever car needs you have, Bradshaw's, well, they can probably help you out with it. You can find them right here in Lyman. Inside of 11 minutes to go in this one. 34-0 Lyman. Handoff. Brewer going to his left. Brewer sneaks through into the end zone. Touchdown, Eagles. Brewer scores again, his second of the day. From 5 yards out. Makes it 40-0 Lyman on the Benedict's Ace board here in the fourth quarter with 10:44 on the clock. Eagles leading over Rawlins. And the offense is out there for another 2-point conversion. They have completed just one of these thus far in the game. Smith will throw, this time fade route, back corner of the end zone. He was looking to go to Alex Bradshaw, but it's incomplete. And it is 40-0 Lyman right here in the fourth quarter on a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Lyman football. 40-0. Lyman leading on the Benedict's Ace board. We'll be right back.
A common thread, no matter where you live in Wyoming, is that if you're heading somewhere, it's probably going to be a while until you get there. A lot can go wrong on these long road trips across this great state. If you ever find yourself broken down on the side of the road, it's time to call Glade Erickson at Bridger Valley Motor to come and pick you up, day or night. Bridger Valley Motor offers 24-hour towing services. If you need a tow, you need to call Glade on his cell phone at 307-780-3280. Bridger Valley Motor is here to pick you up if your lift ever lets you down. 307-780-3280.
Lyman up 40-0 on that Benedict's Ace board with 10:44 to go. This has been a very good game for the Eagles, and Dale Anderson has a lot to be proud of thus far. We'll see if the Eagles can keep it going. Maybe we'll see some fresh faces as well and get to know the rest of this Lyman roster. But again, 10:44 to go in this fourth quarter. As the Eagles will kick it away, that is Braxton Saby, who's had a big day on offense as well with a pair of touchdowns. Line drive kick deep into Rawlins territory. Trouble handling it for Dean Henson, but now he has it up that far sideline. Henson off and running. Henson beats Saby. Henson, 20, 10, touchdown Rawlins, and they are on the board for the first time. Dan Henson goes the distance. And a big play for the Outlaws. Boy, Dean Henson with the bright spot for Rawlins, showing off the Jets and the Afterburners. Just outran Braxton Saby on that far sideline and put it away for 6. 10.5 minutes to go. So Flack is on there to hold as Rawlins will kick the extra point, the try for 1. And that will be Eric Duran set to kick it away. And the extra point, the snap and hold are clean, but the kick is low and runs into the back of their offensive lineman. I believe that though the snap was a good one, It looked like Ryan Flack just didn't get the point of the ball down securely enough before Duran got there, and so he ended up just having to squib the ball along the ground. So they'll have to work on the hold operation, but it is 40-6 Lyman on that Benedict's ace board with 10:30 on the clock remaining in this game between Lyman and Rawlins. The Eagles a 2A team and the Outlaws a 3A team. So the Eagles will kick it away, and it's a real good atmosphere at Lyman High School. Good crowd on hand to see the Eagles put on a very good offensive performance thus far. Carter Smith at quarterback has looked really good. This offensive line probably cannot get enough credit. Were we to praise them from here until the end of the game. Rawlins kicking off now for the first time since the opening kickoff of the game, and they trail by 34 on the Benedict's ace board. And this will be Duran, who had that extra point attempt. Just didn't get a clean enough hold, so it was no good, but he will kick it away. Give it back to the Eagles of Lyman. And so here is Duran to kick it away. It looks like McCoy Smith is back deep. No, it's not McCoy Smith. It's Cody Richardson who will field it. Richardson finds a seam near side. Richardson out past the 40. Richardson to midfield. And he's pushed out and he crosses midfield down to the Rawlins 35, and a big return for Cody Richardson. And again, very good starting field position for this Lyman offense. How about Cody Richardson? Kickoff return for a touchdown just moments ago by Dean Henson. And Cody Richardson almost answered there. They will spot the ball at the 35-yard line of Rawlins. 1st and 10 for the Eagles. As Lyman leads 40-6 on the Benedict's ace board. New quarterback in. Excuse me, not a new quarterback. Man, that's the same old quarterback, Carter Smith, who has been having a great game as he hands it off. And the handoff goes to Morgan Hatch for a couple of yards, 2nd and 8, as Hatch gets his first touch of the day. Counting down inside of 10 minutes to go as the Eagles are hanging on to a big lead over Rawlins thus far in this one. And Carter Smith runs onto the field with the play in hand. Trying to keep these Eagles running on all cylinders offensively. Man, the defense, we've been talking about how good the offense has been, putting up 40 points, but the defense didn't allow a point until that kickoff return touchdown, so the traditional defense hasn't allowed a point all game thus far. That's a delay of game against the Eagles, so 5 yards the wrong direction. It will bring up 2nd and 13 now. Moving back to the 38-yard line. Got to get down to the 25 for that first down as the ball is in the middle of the field. But this defense, 3 takeaways, all of them fumbles forced and recovered. And no points allowed in traditional from scrimmage defense. That is just a dive play right up the middle as they go to Morgan Hatch. Going to get back the yards they lost and bring up 3rd and 8. Or 3rd and 9, that is, as they spotted at the 34-yard line. 9 minutes to go in this game with the Eagles leading. And I'm assuming they're going to try to keep the ball on the ground and within the sidelines as much as possible to keep that clock running. Late substitution as on comes Kais Herdsman. So Carter Bradshaw will not take the snap that time as they hand it off to Morgan Hatch, and Morgan Hatch bounces it outside, gets the first down inside the 25-yard line. They will mark him down near the 22 as the new quarterback is Carter Bradshaw. So Carter Smith replaced by the other Carter Bradshaw. 1st and 10 from the 22-yard line for the Eagles. New quarterback on with less than 8.5 minutes to go. Everybody coming out to support the Eagles, and they, I'm assuming, have all been pleasantly impressed because this is a very good performance thus far from the Eagles as Bradshaw, the freshman, in the shotgun. Low snap, he handles it well, hands it off to Hatch. Hatch trying to go around the corner but whistles before he can get there. And it looks like an infraction at the line of scrimmage, unless the ball hit the ground on the snap, which I think is what the call is going to be. So the ball hit the ground on the snap to Bradshaw, so they will mark them down back at the 25-yard line, which will bring up 2nd and 13. So down on the ball being dropped on the snap. So with 8:02 to go, the whistles will stop the clock. We'll see if they reset it to anything, and they will not. They're going to actually run the clock here inside of 8 minutes. 2nd and 13 from back at the 25-yard line. So Bradshaw standing next to now the junior Chevy Fackrell. Hands off to Fackrell, who is hit at the line of scrimmage, but he stumbles forward for a few extra yards. And they will spot him down a yard behind the first stick at around the 23. So that brings up 3rd and 11 now for the Eagle offense with less than 7.5 to play in this 4th quarter. Lyman leading 40 points to 6 on that Benedict's Ace board, on mylocalradio.com and on the radio at K9 99.1. 3rd and 11 from the 24 or 23-yard line, that is, excuse me. All by himself in the backfield is Carter Bradshaw. Now he motions Morgan Hatch to be next to him to his right. They will hand it off to Hatch. Hatch has a pretty big hole. Hatch diving forward. He will be near the first down, but will be marked about 3 yards shy, down to the 15-yard line. So a good run for Hatch, but that brings up a 4th and 3. And to the 15-yard line, 4th and 3. .620 to go. Bradshaw, snap, right back to Hatch they go. This time Hatch is stood up and driven backward, and Rawlins will get a big stop. Loss of 2 on the play, back to the 17, and that is where we'll see the Rawlins offense. 6:12 to go in the 4th.
We have a little bit of news. Brindley Buskell set a new record.
So with 6:12 to go, 1st and 10. From the 17-yard line, the Outlaws now with points on the board. Down 40-6 to Lyman on that Benedict's Ace board. We're here in the 4th quarter on a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Lyman Eagle football. Ryan Flack under center to start the drive for the Outlaws. He's back to pass. Flack looking. He looked to his right, now to his left. Now he scrambles, trying to buy extra time. He flicks it, and it's just going to be thrown away out of bounds. In the vicinity was Ezra Archuleta, but I don't think that was on Flack's mind as the Eagles applied the pressure, and a very good job by the defensive backfield for the Eagles, as Flack had almost nowhere to go with the ball. 6:03 remaining in this game, and the Eagles with a commanding 34-point lead. And now a penalty tacked on to the end of the play. So that moves the Outlaws all the way up down to the 32-yard line where it's 1st and 10 for them. Flack under center, middle of the field. Flack calling out orders. Now he snaps it, hands it off. It goes to Sage Lone, and there is a flag in the backfield as the Eagles wrap up Lone and bring him down. A group effort from Chevy Fackrell, and also MJ Richardson was there. So they spot the ball all the way back near the 30-yard line, but this is going to be a horse collar against the Eagles. So the tackle was not quite executed legally, but the positioning by the defensive players was pretty much perfect as they were in the backfield for what would have been a tackle for loss. Instead, we have 1st and 10 as the ball moves up to the Rawlins 45-yard line in their own territory still. Flack from the middle of the field with 2 in the backfield behind him. This time they try that misdirection play again. Flack has some room to run toward the near sideline. Trying to chase him out that way was Kais Herdsman, and instead sneaking past him to get the 1st down into Lyman territory and down to the 40 was Flack. They will mark the ball officially at the 41 for 1st and 10, now into Eagle territory with the clock down to 5:35 to go in this 4th quarter. This is the best the Outlaw offense has looked all game long. First and 10 from the 41. Flack with a full backfield. Turns, hands, ball is loose, and picking it up is the lineman as there goes Colton Ice. Advances the ball forward for about 4 yards. 2nd and 6. It was fumbled by Sage Lone, and Ice was right there to scoop it up. Ice, Ice, baby, he picks up 4. He's a very strong offensive lineman for these Outlaws, and he's playing center for Rawlins right now. And look at him, getting a few rushing yards to put in the stat books for him. He's also a senior for this Rawlins team. This is a pitch out to Zachary Cavolo. He's got plenty of room to run. Far side, 1st down, and down near the 20-yard line of Lyman. So this is a pretty good drive for the Outlaws.
22, Gage Nelson also in on the tackle.
1st and 10. They will mark him at the 22. Far hash now for the Outlaws in the all-white, trailing by 34 on the Benedict Ace board. And on 1st down, there is a whistle at the snap, probably some sort of illegal procedure, and it will go against Lyman for lining up off sides. So an extra 5 yards will help out the Outlaws as they will have 1st and 5 now. Ball moves down to the 17. And the clock has stopped at, or now running, down to about 4 minutes and 20 seconds to go. 1st and 5 for the Outlaws. Flack will hand it off. This time Cavolo, he breaks out of 2 tackles, and the Eagles have enough backup there to stop him after a gain of about 3 yards. It will officially be a pickup of 2, 2nd and 3 coming now, as they set the ball at the 15. Still far hash for the Outlaws. Eagles on defense left a little bit on their heels. See if the Outlaws can keep the momentum going here with an under center snap. Flack pitch near side. There goes Lund, and he is spun down by a whole swarm of Eagles. And it's Levy Trees who was there first. He'll be the primary tackler. It will be a loss of about a yard. 3rd and 4 now. Just inside the 15-yard line. They set the ball near hash. Flack and company going to work. Getting close to 3 minutes to go. Outlaws trying to add to their point total before the end of the game. Flack from under center takes the handoff, keeps it himself after the play fake, and he dives forward near the 1st down, but he'll be about a yard shy. 4th and 1 coming up. They'll put the ball at the 12-yard line for 4th and 1, and the Outlaws will get a chance to see if their short yardage package will work. The Eagles will look to see how stout their defensive front can be in these types of situations. 40-6 Lyman leads with about 2.5 to play on the Benedict Ace board. Flack under center. He will just sneak ahead. Flack lowers his shoulder. He's got the first down, and it's a pickup of almost 6 or 7 yards inside the 5-yard line. 1st and goal, Outlaws, and the clock continues to run. 1st and goal, they spot the ball officially at the 3. And the Outlaws will do their best to come away with an offensive touchdown. They haven't had one of those yet. Their lone touchdown in this 40-6 score that favors Lyman was on a kickoff return by Dean Henson. And now they put Aller under center, Jackson Allard, and he plunges forward for the touchdown. So the Outlaws add to their point total here toward the end of the game with 1:45 to go in this one. Allard comes in to replace the quarterback. They just directly snap it to him, and he is the one that adds 6 more for the Outlaws. They will try for the extra point now. Down 40-12 on the Benedict Ace board as Lyman is just under 2 minutes away from going 2-0 to start the season. And what a fantastic start that will be for these Eagles. And I think the Eagles fans everywhere will be very happy with that. This time they'll go for 2. Allard again in the quarterback position. He has trouble with the handoff, and the fumble is recovered by the Eagles as Lyman comes up with a stop on the 2-point conversion attempt, and falling on the ball, by the way, was Levi Treese. So 1:45 to go. The Eagles will get it back. They will likely try to just run out the clock and bring an end to this one and walk away with win number 2 on the season after beating Malad on the road last week. These Lyman Eagles came out and really flexed their muscles against the Outlaws of Rawlins, who will now kick it away to Lyman. So back deep to return again will be Cody Richardson. The last time he returned, it was a net kick return of what was almost 35 yards. See if he can repeat that here. Got some good blocks on that return too, though. So the special teams and defense for Lyman have put their offense in really good position. The offense capitalized, and it's really been a strong all-around performance for these Eagles. And set to kick it away is Eric Duran. This is his 3rd kickoff of the day. It's going to be a short kick that bounces at around the 25-yard line, and it is fielded there by Richardson. Richardson near sideline. He's got room to run. Richardson cuts it back. Richardson near the 50-yard line, finally wrestled down at the 49 of Lyman. And that fires Coach Anderson up. Dale Anderson really happy with a big block from Braden Bradshaw on the return. And he's the one that everyone daps up, the sophomore. Sets up a big block and another long return for Cody Richardson. And all 3 phases of the game have been working well for the Lyman Eagles. 1:35 on the clock in the 4th quarter. Eagles leading 40-12 on the Benedict Ace board in this final frame. So Carter Bradshaw is the one in the backfield at quarterback. He will hand it off to Hatch again, his go-to guy from last drive. And Hatch keeps the legs moving for 8 yards to bring up 2nd and 2 as he crosses into Rawlins territory and down to the 43-yard line. Minute and 10 to go, as the Eagles will just run the ball and run out the clock as well with the second string quarterback out there, Carter Bradshaw, the freshman, doing an excellent job of running this offense. Hands it off to Hatch again. Hatch almost lost the football. He was able to hang on to it, though, but not until he lost about 2 yards back to the 45-yard line of Rawlins, and the clock will continue to run. About one more play, I believe Lyman will have to run here. So they're going to put everybody in at the end of this game. Try to get people as much playing time as possible against Rawlins here. This should be the final play. Carter Bradshaw will take the snap from the pistol. He's got Hatch to his left. Now he motions a man up next to him as well. And there was movement at the line of scrimmage. And that was somebody jumping around. It was the guy that Bradshaw had motion right at the snap, and he was moving at the snap. So Brody Hale is going to be the one called for a legal procedure with 10 seconds left. And I don't even know if the Eagles are going to get this final play off here, as that moves them back to the 50-yard line, and it will be a 3rd and 9 there. They will run one final play. Carter Bradshaw hands it off to Hatch, near side off tackle. Hatch, one stiff arm, he breaks free. And Hatch with a good run to put the final notes on this one. 40-12, Lyman will get the victory with, well, 1 second left. That is going to do it. So the Eagles will head out to about the hash marks to wave in a show of sportsmanship to the Rawlins Outlaws, and what a performance it was for Lyman. And they'll get a standing ovation from this fan base, as well they should. All 3 phases of the game were running on all cylinders for these Eagles. Again, 40-12, the final score. Eagles over Outlaws. Big first quarter for the Eagles, and man, it was all uphill from there for Lyman. Just kept on chugging away, and a 40-point total. Good defensive showing as well for Lyman. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll recap everything and talk about how these Lyman Eagles are looking really good, 2-0 early in the season. This is a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Lyman Eagle football on mylocalradio.com and on the radio at KNYN 99.1.
When your vehicle needs new tires, any tire store can get you back on the road. But only Plains Tire can get you rolling again with the peace of mind that you were treated well, paid a fair price, and that you'll be taken care of for the life of the tire. At Plains Tire, trained tire technicians mount and expertly balance your new tires, replace the valve stems, and hand check each lug nut to make sure it's all tight and secure. Plus, you'll get lifetime alignment checks and tire rotations only at Plains Tire, 157 Bear River Drive, Evanston. Visit plainstire.com.
This First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Bridger Valley Sports, also brought to you in part by Freeway Tire. With a friendly and knowledgeable staff, quick and dependable service, and great prices come together. Call Freeway Tire at 307-789-8632. And by Hoover Chiropractic. Dr. Todd Hoover does all of the chiropractic work you need, as well as blood work, dietary supplements, a weight loss program, x-rays, and can help you get rid of migraines and allergies. Call Hoover Chiropractic at 307-789-0043.
We return to Lyman High School, where the Eagles have just completed a 40-12 victory over the Outlaws from Rawlins, and what a win it was. First touchdown by Braxton Saby. It was a 3-yard rush to start things off on that first drive, or the second drive of the game for Lyman that reached into the second quarter. And then from there on, the offense just kept taking opportunities that were handed to them by the defense and special teams, and they just ran with it. Unofficially, 6 sacks on the game for that Lyman defense. They also had 3 takeaways, forced fumbles, and recoveries. So a big game for the Lyman defense and special teams, as this team really put it all together after a big win against Malad. The one complaint that Anderson had, if it was even a complaint, just the spot they wanted to improve, was to continue to play with consistency all 4 quarters, and, well, they did that today. Big day for Carter Smith at quarterback. 2 passing touchdowns, 2 receiving touchdowns for McCoy Smith. And Saby ended up with 2 touchdowns by the end of the day, as did Preston Brewer. So a real big day for this Lyman Eagle team as they are now 2-0, and that is the Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap right here on the Eagle Football postgame show. Jimmy John's at 113 Front Street in Evanston, where fresh and fast meet. That's Jimmy John's. So these Lyman Eagles are now 2-0 after a 40-12 victory. Again, big day for Carter Smith. He had quite a few yards rushing. It was over 50% passing with 2 touchdowns, both to McCoy Smith as well. And a big day for the Eagles defense as they gave up no points through the first 3 quarters. And then there was a kick return for a touchdown, and then a touchdown late in the game on the traditional offensive side of the things for Rawlins. So a big defensive day for these Eagles as well. So that was the Freaky Fast recap. Jimmy John's, where they spend 6 hours daily slicing all natural meats and fresh produce for your 30-second sandwich at 113 Front Street in Evanston. Jimmy John's. Again, your final score on that Benedict's Ace scoreboard, 40-12, the victory for the Lyman Eagles. In just a few moments, we'll take a look at the calendar coming up for Bridger Valley Athletics right here on the Eagle Football postgame show. We will also get you to that McKay Frankham Dental Services Precision Play of the Game. That's all coming up next on the Eagle Football pregame show on a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Eagle Football on mylocalradio.com.
Buying or selling is a simple process if you're working with the right real estate agent. This is Bobby Dalzall, broker with Big Country Properties. We have agents serving both Lincoln and Uintah counties that can assist you with all of your real estate needs. We are the top listing and selling brokerage in the Bridger Valley and strive to be honest, hardworking, and thorough. Whether buying or selling, we make it happen. Call us today at Big Country Properties, 307-782-3556.
A common thread, no matter where you live in Wyoming, is that if you're heading somewhere, it's probably going to be a while until you get there. A lot can go wrong on these long road trips across this great state. If you ever find yourself broken down on the side of the road, it's time to call Glade Erickson at Bridger Valley Motor to come and pick you up, day or night. Bridger Valley Motor offers 24-hour towing services. If you need a tow, you need to call Glade on his cell phone at 307-780-3280. Bridger Valley Motor is here to pick you up if your lift ever lets you down. 307-780-3280.
Back again on the Eagle Football postgame show. 40-12, the final score on that Benedict's Ace scoreboard. The Eagles all over the Rawlins Outlaws as they come to town, and the Eagles dismiss them handily to improve to 2-0 on the season. It is time for that McKay Frankham Dental Services Precision Play of the Game. Dr. McKay Frankham presenting it to Preston Brewer with the final touchdown of the day for Lyman that really seemed to put the icing on the cake to make it a 40-point total for that Lyman offense. It was a 5-yard plunge to cap things off in the scoring department for Lyman. Again, Preston Brewer, who was the starting running back on our Bridger Valley Electric starting lineups, he also finishes things off with a touchdown plunge to make it a 40-point total for Lyman. That is your precision play of the game presented by McKay Frankham Dental Services. Precision family dentistry for the whole family at affordable rates for the whole family. Call 307-789-8910. That's 789-8910 for family dental services with Dr. McKay Frankham. Again, a big day for everybody offensively. 2 touchdown passes for Carter Smith. 2 touchdowns rushing for Preston Brewer and Braxton Saby, and then McCoy Smith with 2 receiving touchdowns. So the Smith-to-Smith connection is a good one, and we'll be on the lookout for it throughout the rest of the season as these Lyman Eagles are 2-0, and they look really good. We'll be back to take a look at the upcoming calendar and wrap things up from Lyman High School on the First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Eagle Football on MyLocalRadio.com and KNYN 99.1.
When do you schedule doctor appointments?
In bed before I fall asleep. In the car waiting to pick up my kids.
We can even do it after breakfast.
We all lead busy lives. Online appointment scheduling puts you in control. In just 90 seconds, you can make an appointment with a primary care provider or specialist at evanstonanytime.com. Select the day and time most convenient for you. Enter some basic information, and just like that, you're scheduled for care. Schedule appointments for next day and beyond at evanstonanytime.com.
We are back at Lyman High School, where the Eagles have just completed a very dominant win over the Rawlins Outlaws as they come to visit. And Lyman, man, this season could be a very good year for the Eagles. They were so young last year. Now they're older. We saw all those seniors that were honored, and a big win on Senior Day for all of them. And they've got a bright season ahead of them and a long season ahead of them as well. Speaking of what's ahead, let's take a look at that roundup calendar, as both the Eagles and the Buffaloes in volleyball and football, cross country, golf, swim, everything is underway now as far as fall sports go. So September 9th, this is all next week. Mountain View Volleyball will start the week for us in Bridger Valley Athletics against Kemmer. You can see the schedule on September 10th. Lyman Golf will be at their conference tournament as well, and cross country will go to Manila. So all kinds of good stuff happening. It'll be a busy weekend. You can see those schedules there as well, as we'll have some of those games live for you, including Lyman football at Cokeville on Friday, and then on Saturday we have a couple of volleyball games for you on MyLocalRadio.com. Lyman volleyball versus Lander and Mountain View volleyball versus Warland. So it will be a big weekend for Bridger Valley sports. The big weekend this week continues as well, as tomorrow we'll have Mountain View volleyball with a first serve at 6 p.m. and a pregame at 5:40. As they take on Big Piney. And then on Saturday, all day long, the Evanston Duels, Lyman and Mountain View will both be there, trying to get in a few extra reps before the regular season starts as they continue with this dual play. And everybody will be there. It'll be a good day of competition, and we'll have it all live for you on MyLocalRadio.com. Appreciate you tuning in on this one. A big thanks to tonight's videographer and producer, Elon Olive. Our producer back in the studio was Alyssa McDaniel. I'm Cullen Holt. Thank you so much, and we'll talk to you next time.
This broadcast has been a wholly owned production of MyLocalRadio.com and Cook Brothers Broadcasting, no portion of which may be used or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Old West Media Incorporated. Special thanks to Executive Producer Val Cook, Office Manager Kayleen Anderson, Sales Manager Julie Burley, Rich's Matthew Peterson, and Evanston's Elon Olive, and Production Assistant Alyssa McDaniel. And a big thank you to our fine sponsors. Thank you for tuning in to the First Bank of Wyoming broadcast of Bridger Valley Sports. For archive games, talk shows, and interviews, visit MyLocalRadio.com. Like and follow My Local Radio Sports on Facebook and Twitter to stay up to date with all things local athletics.